Start her up.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another GFW Trains Fast Friday, where we talk about everything but mostly trains. I'm George, otherwise known as GFW Trains.
And I'm Wally, otherwise known as the guy who takes GFW Trains places.
No.
And that's how we start off every live stream, don't we, George?
No. Can you take me to the Princeton show?
The what?
The Princeton train show.
Oh, the Princeton train? I did not.
That's not everywhere.
Oh, happy Friday, everybody. It's great to be here amongst friends, amongst train friends, isn't it, George? Even though I'm not taking you all kinds of places.
Nope. Not everywhere.
Not everywhere.
You take me places, but not everywhere.
Not everywhere. Yeah, so it's good to see everybody.
Yeah.
Big weekend for us.
Big, very big.
Yeah.
You go to Raiders Banquet.
Grandpa George getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Train show on Sunday. George is struggling with the train show, though.
I can't go.
He's saying he can't go. He
I'm
can
not going.
go.
I'm not going.
But he doesn't have
Any money.
any money. Right. No, we got some good things that we're going to talk about tonight, right? We're going to hang out with our friends. We're going to sit back, relax, chill, and talk some trains. What are we running tonight, George?
Well, we've got a couple that we haven't run on the stream in almost a couple of months. They are some of the OG, or not OG, but like these were like in the height of the streams were probably one of the most popular runners.
Right.
We've got the Polar Express, which
It's Christmas time. Got to run the Polar Express, right?
Okay. I'm gonna say something real quick. Do you think the 3 engines we got from John have to be the best runners we have?
Yeah. That's right. We've got 3 engines all about the same time. And they run
same era.
So nice on our layout. Same eras.
We've got the 4449
Yep.
with the I don't know, the TCC era cars. They're really nice. The Lionel 18-inch cars. I think that these are the best passenger cars out there. Even over the Golden Gate Depot stuff, over K-Line, they just run so well, in my opinion, that you can't beat them, and they look super nice. But yeah, so we got the 4449 running. Arguably one of my favorite trains. We have not run this one in a while. It's been sitting behind the layout, but we're like, hey, it was either this one or the Fleet of Modernism set. We just recently ran the Fleet of Modernism set. I'm not sure on a live stream, but we were running it. So
Right. We ran that a lot.
Yeah, and then the inside we got 1225 with or the Polar Express, and yeah. So and then on the top loop we've got my Atlas -8 with the tank, or I don't know, what would you call that? A tank train? I don't know.
Those are what's a propane train.
Propane, baby.
It's the pain train. Step aboard the pain train. George.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a propane train. Yeah. So yeah, we got propane cars. We were planning on having a different train on there right at the last second. The train that we were planning on running on the top track went kaput. We were going to run the Midwest division of the Train Collectors Association. Got my shirt on here today. For those, what's that?
These are like the best Midwest division shirts ever made.
They are. I love these ones
because they're t-shirts. I like t-shirts.
T-shirts. I have an orange and green Midwest Division TCA train shirt. And my sister,
like 1950.
Oh yeah, my sister ended up taking it too. So she wore it for a long time when she was in high school. I think it was
Really?
in her like I'm against things phase.
Aunt Margie?
Yeah, so she was going to wear an orange and green T-shirt. Not bad. No, yeah. So, but yeah, for those of you who don't know, we belong to the Train Collectors Association, specifically the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association, is whom we participate with. And they've got a lot of neat things going on in the Chicagoland area. Next week is the Christmas show. the Midwest Division Christmas show. It's at Addison. It's in Addison at Indian Trails Junior High School, and I'd welcome anybody who wants to go. We would welcome you to come.
What's the date?
It is a week from this Sunday. So today is 11, 12, 13. Right. Today is 10. It's all right. Look that thing up, George. Look that up. That's a good question. That's your calculator. So it's 11, 12. It's 19. It's the 19th. So if you're in the area, hit me up on trainbuds.com. Let me see. I'm going to throw up my Trainbuds banner here. Trainbuds.com. Hit me up on Trainbuds, and I'll give you the information on how to get out there. It usually starts right around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's invited. We have Santa come. We have some display layouts. Just a great time for the people that like trains, families that like trains. We get together, and if you're in the Chicagoland area, let's do it, man. Come on out. So good times, good times. But anyway, I digress. We're part of the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. If you've never heard of the Train Collectors Association, it's a nationwide club of train people. It's called Train Collectors, but it's collectors, operators, everything right across the board. They're the ones that are responsible for putting on York. So we get York through them. But anyhow, the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association has a fundraiser going on right now where we're selling these beautiful Menards maxi stack cars. And I was going to run the train of maxi stack cars pulled by a Midwest Division engine. And the engine didn't. It's a custom engine that we had done.
Grab it.
Yeah. Why don't you go grab it? It's a custom engine that we had done. Every year we have a banquet. This was a special for the and one person at every table won this. Got a derailment on the other side of the screen. George is trying to run after it. Is it going to get it? Oh, we didn't get it. It's right over here. Anyway, we every one person on every table gets a prize, a car or a different things that we've got. Last year, this pink car was the table prize, and the year before last, we had our 25th banquet, and that was the table prize. Pretty nice, huh? It's a Williams engine and special customization by one of the members of the Midwest Division. Puts that together, customizes it, and that was a prize. Not a bad prize, huh? Yeah. So Sean's Train Depot says TCA stands for Train Collector Addicts. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, hey, as George is working on some of the different things in the layout, I'll welcome some people through the door. So hold on with a little bit of chat. Slag Cat was the first through the door. Welcome. We've got Ozark Midland Southern Railroads. Welcome to the stream. We got Brennan Seabird, who's out there in Indiana. We got some tornadoes this way. Buckle down. Make sure you stay safe out there, will you? Mile High Rail. And if you're just rolling through the door, please do me a favor. We love hanging out with our friends on Fridays and chatting and everything like that. But if you could do us a solid, not everybody gets a chance to hang out with us on Friday. And we got to get that algorithm to push our stream out there to people who might have forgotten. And the way that we can do that is if you could smash that like button. So please smash that like button. It's really helpful for us. So we got Mile High Rail, our man Bill Coburnis in the house. LJL Rail Yard, good to have you back, LJL. Let's see. We have got Alfie's Train and Automation. Good to have you here. There we go. Got a whistle for him. We got Nick's Crossing in the house. Sean's Trains. Good to see you. Haven't seen you around in a while, Sean. Good to have you here. Conrail 8098. Who got a 681 turbine. Good show. Uncle Greg Barton's in the house. Great to have everybody coming in. Kick back, relax, grab yourself a drink, and let's talk some trains tonight. Nick's Crossing. Just catching on my sweet CN shirt here. Got this at Train Fest a couple of years ago, and about a dime for every time somebody told me that they wanted to buy it off me. I could buy the CN Railroad probably. Everybody either likes it or they hate it. But for one thing, It's certainly a shirt that
Go
draws
fishing in this bad boy.
shirt that draws reactions from people. Go drive my NASCAR with this, George.
Yeah.
We got James Trains in the house. Good to see you, James. James, I'm looking at you when I'm sending out some invites for the TCA meet. I'd love to have you out there. It'd be fun for you to go. Katrina Cabernis is in the house. Katrina is going to be, we haven't talked with her yet, but I got word out that she wants to come and be a guest on GFW Trains. She has known GFW Trains since before he was GFW Trains. In fact, we were at Katrina Cabernis's house the day when GFW Trains was born. And GFW Trains' mom was playing games with
I
Miss
forget what
Cabernis.
she's playing.
But she's coming out, and I'm hoping we got to reach out there. She has got the coolest collection of Heinz cars, so we're gonna have her out. It's gonna be real good. So, yep, people are saying and agreeing with what we have to say. The 4449 is a dream runner, and those 18-inch cars are just nice cars. So, like I said, we got 4449, 1225, and these 18-inch cars for both of them. Check it out. LJL is going to be doing a question and answer video in 22. If I forget, I'm running through these real quick. And I always like to say hi to everybody that's coming in. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. And if I miss your comment, please roll them back around again, because that's one of the things that's kind of fun about this show. We really like interacting and talking, going back and forth. Yeah. These shirts were made by Tom Krasny. Only a few of them were made, George.
Dang.
Not bad, huh? T4 is in the house. Welcome to the trains there. Or welcome to the trains. Welcome to the stream, T4. Good to have you. Kick back, relax, grab yourself some iced tea, and let's talk some trains on this Friday evening. CW Railroad's in the house. Let's see here. Thanks for the props on the layout. We've been working hard on it. Like I said, not only is it the part that you can see here that's coming through on the railroad, over here we've got another part that's really neat. We've got a gravel yard that we've been coming through. Maybe a little bit later on, I'll fire up the camera and I can get around and I can show you guys we've got a gravel yard with a rotary tipple. We've shown it a couple times on the stream, but we've had a lot of fun. It's a neat homebrew accessory. A friend of ours made that, made it for my father for a potential accessory for the 2002 Train Collectors Association National Convention prototype. He's had it and he gave it to us. We've incorporated it in on our layout here, so it's been pretty cool. So Radar Diddy's in the house. Good to see you. We got Grandpa George here. It starts at 10, talking about the Christmas show, the Midwest Division Christmas show. So remember, if you're wanting to go to that, hit me up at trainbuds@gmail.com and I'll get you the information. Welcome to the stream, Jack Hutchinson. Let's see, Anthony Spirko. If I didn't get you already, there we go. Welcome to the stream. It is our addiction, that's for sure. The Train Collectors Association Train Collectors Association, Train Addicts Association, TCA, whatever you want to call it that, right? Tim's Trains, good to see you. Tim's got a -9 too. Lucky enough to get one of those. Let's see here. Yeah, ours Trains in the house. Good to see you. We're almost at 3K. In fact, we've got some ideas about that. As soon as I catch up to the end of the stream here, we were trying to think, and we've been trying to think for a long time of a good 3,000 subscriber video special. What could we do? And I think we've got a pretty good idea. We're going to roll it out and see what everybody thinks about that tonight. See, Mark's Lionel Trains in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by and talking some trains with us. We got Grandma Anita in the house. Conrail 8098, what happened in the 25th year? We don't know yet. It conked out right literally before we got on the stream here. So
some good old Bachman nylon gears.
Yeah, that might be what it is. But hey, apple and orange line. What are we drinking? We're drinking iced tea tonight. We always drink iced tea, right? Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's stiff. But take what you like. We like it all here. Sometimes the sweet iced tea, sometimes the stiff iced tea. Let's see here. Iceman98 says, "Hello, Wally. I wish I knew you were into trains when we were in high school. I had a big set when I lived by Chris." Now, see, here's the big mystery. Trying to figure out who this is. Bob Pekorski's in the house. Love it. I wore the shirt the perfect day knowing that Bob Pekorski's in the house.
Bob loves the CN shirt.
Yeah. Grandpa's not here today. We're going to have him back soon. We're actually going to go on a field trip over to his house. We're going to show off not only his layout, but his train collection. We had a good time last week doing our post-war trains feature. That was so fun, wasn't it, George, doing the poster?
It was amazing. It's actually really fun. We got run a lot of loud trains, and it was like going to like the Indy 500.
Right.
You need your earplugs. Listen to the radio.
Yeah, Sean was saying he went back and took a look at the greatest of the GFW trains video. 24-hour live stream, George.
Oh boy, that was really fun. But like, man, when it was happening, we were at like the 20th hour. I was like, yeah.
George was ready for some sleep, huh?
Oh yeah, I was ready for some sleep. I forget. What did we have the next day? We had something going on, didn't we? Like,
I don't think so. So LJL's asking, what do you think of the CPR 2816 excursion from Calgary to Mexico idea? I've never heard that one, but I like any excursion that sounds like that. That's gonna be a long, fun one, I'm sure. Good. Anthony Spirico says, I got my iced tea from Chick-fil-A. A lot of people like Chick-fil-A iced tea.
Everybody loves Chick-fil-A.
I've never been to Chick-fil-A.
I've been there once.
Yeah?
I like the sandwich, but man, they do not give you enough fries.
Oh, yeah.
They give you like 3 fries. Like, it's small, and it's like 3 little fries.
So Bill agrees with us about post-war there on the Yes Railroad. For those of you that don't know, this is the GFW Trains Worldwide studio that we're in right now. But our train layout here is called the Yes Railroad. And what's that stand for, George?
The Yorkville and Eastern Shore.
And why is it called the Yorkville and Eastern Shore Railroad, George?
Because it goes from Yorkville, the town that we live in, all the way to the eastern shore of New York City, or actually Jersey Shore, right? So this is Jersey Shore right over here, New York City. Chicago's right like in that corner. I don't really know what to call it, the Chicago corner, and then Yorkville's right behind the camera. So yeah, they're both, yep.
Yeah. So we got Florida Railroad Dog in the house. Good to see you, Florida Railroad Dog. Oh yeah, that's right. James Train says my deal was when we hit 3,000, he'll release my Social Saturday and Roselle footage. He was over and got a chance to hang out and do train stuff with us. So let's see here. Chicago Railroad Photography is in the house. I'm going to catch right up here to the stream because I'm behind, and people got some good stuff that they're talking about. I think I said T4 a long time ago. CPR 2816 is back. Nice. We don't. There was a caboose that was on the this train up over here that kept derailing. I think George switched out that caboose and switched out an engine. So that's what was going on as far as the derailing go.
Sounds don't work on that engine, but it's nice for the stream.
Yeah.
You don't ever run the song.
Says Mark Lionel Train says, congrats on your score today, George. Can't wait for the review. I must be talking to somebody else in the stream here because I'm not sure if it's a score or I
don't know
what exactly we're talking about. So for those of you that don't know, right over here we've got a switch that's giving us problems, and that's why it's a switch that we don't have a motor on right now. We had to take the throw off recently because the train that we were running was hitting on the throw. So yeah. George is the Florida Railroad Dog. We like all of the Georgia. I don't know if he goes by George or if he goes by Jorge, but yeah, for sure. Menards F7. Rock and roll. So as soon as George comes back, I want to see. We've got 34 people here, and I want to see what you guys have about this feedback. This was an idea that we had, and we thought this would be kind of fun. As far as what to do for the 3,000 subscriber special. And I don't know, I've been struggling with it. We had such fun on the 2,000 subscriber special, or at least I did. George is like, I never want to do that again. I think it's probably like what someone says when they run a marathon when they're all done, like, oh, I never want to do that again. But you loop back around, and eventually you want to do it again. I do know that, right? It's too early for him to do another 24-hour stream. So welcome to the stream there, DB Tech, and our good friend Isaiah Hawkins coming through as always. George working on that switch over there. How's that looking, George?
I'm just gonna.
George, why don't you come over here real quick? Let's talk about the 3,000 subscriber special, and then you can get back over there and get that fixed up. Oh my gosh, yeah, this 24-hour stream was great, but it was chaos. So Apple and Oranges asking George Sr. says, I like your post-war trains. I'm from the MPC era, posting vids of my own old train sets now. Oh, cool. And also admire 3 generations running trains. I only got to do that a couple of times, but we're lucky enough we get to do it all the time. And a little known fact, this is actually kind of a neat thing, and I never really thought about this. I appreciate you kind of spurring the thought there, Apple and Oranges line. We have not only 3 generations of trains, but we have 3 generations of people that were in different eras of Lionel trains. Like they grew up in the prime of the different eras. So yeah. Grandpa grew up in the prime of the post-war, right? And that's when he was into trains and he loved trains and liked trains. This is my epiphany right now. Then I grew up in the MPC era, in the LTI era. And that was when I was your age and grew up and loved trains. And that's the trains that I got growing up. And you grew up in the modern era. So we've literally got like this, well, we're not pre-war, of course, but in our 3 generations, we've got the three eras of trains. That's pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Welcome to the stream, Gus Hadley. And hey, if you guys could do this, do me a huge solid. If you're just rolling through the door, please smash that like button. We certainly appreciate it. There are people that are GFW trains, people that couldn't be here tonight, and they probably, I hate to say it, but maybe 1 or 2 might have forgotten that the live stream is on, but that algorithm sometimes helps us out. And if you could, smash that like button. Smash it now if you haven't already. Hit it with a hammer. Hit it with a little O-gauge hammer. Hit it with your finger, your pinky, your thumb. Which finger are you going to hit it with, George? Oh, his forehead. Yeah. So yeah, all right. So 3,000 subscribers. Hang with me here. Hang with me here. Thank you there, humanity. Appreciate that. Hang with me. So our 3,000 special, our 3,000 subscriber special. So this is our 136th live stream, right, George?
Yeah.
And last week on our 135th live stream, we had a little gaffe. And if you weren't watching the live stream, George, why don't you explain a little bit about what happened?
Well, if you would like to move your head, this bridge back here. Oh, wait, I'm in the way. This bridge back here, you see,
mysteriously
goes up. If you'll see it on camera,
right?
Really slow, and it goes back down.
Right.
Well, the ghost.
Well, we had a mysterious ghost last week.
It lifted the bridge, and then the F7 went boom right into the.
So the ghost, or George. Anyway, we're having our live stream. All of a sudden, we hear smash, and we had a 2338 post-war F3 just smashes into the back of that thing because it was up. We couldn't figure out what happened. Like, George, what'd you do? He's like, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. What do you think? What are you talking about, Papa?
It wasn't me. It wasn't my fault.
So anyway, the show must go on, right, George? The show must go on. So we continue with the stream. And first thing I did after the stream was over, I was like, what happened? I wanted to figure out what happened. So anyway, I went back to the stream, and it was 1 hour and 8 minutes into the stream, I believe it was. 1 hour and 8 minutes.
15 seconds.
And we saw exactly what was going on. George went over to fix something, nudged the bridge, and the bridge went up. The train hit the bridge. So I went back, and we were looking at right, exactly, James. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. So we thought, all right, okay, I'm sorry. So I went back, looked at the analytics, and when I looked at the analytics, there's a huge spike as to where or what people were watching when that happened, and people came back and they tuned in to that spot when we had that wreck. So here's what I'm going to throw out. Tell me what you guys think, because I haven't fleshed this out yet. But tell me what you think. Tell me about what you think. We've done 136 streams, and we've had a lot of gaffes very similar to when the train fell off the track. There was a time when George was screaming bloody murder because the train bit him. A lot of funny stuff. There's a couple of them when I may have had too many of the stiff iced teas rather than the sweet iced teas, and I was rambling a little bit. So here's my thought. Give me some feedback about this. We would ask all of the people that have been with us on this journey, all of these live streams, to help us find all of the funny parts, all of the bloopers on the live streams that we've had in 135 live streams. Help us find some funny bloopers. And I mean, it's too much. I don't know. I don't even remember when those bloopers are. But if you could help us find those bloopers and tell us when if you can find those bloopers and tell us when those bloopers happened, we'll put together a GFW Trains live stream blooper compilation video. I thought that was a good idea, but the problem is we have to lean a little bit on all the people that have watched us and there's some people that have been watching us since day one. It's so cool. 136 streams later, and there have been people who have been around for a long time. But I thought that would be fun, and we were going to post up, we're going to make a video and then post something on our channel, like with the, I forget where you can put up and people can post different things. Well, I'll figure it all out. But then people can tell us the bloopers. We can pull out the bloopers from all of those live streams, and we can have a GFW Trains live stream blooper video. What do you think?
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. I think that would be fun. Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Yes. Oh, yes. So, yeah, but, man, I'm just curious to see what people find. Like, I don't remember them all. I think the two I remember were the one last week and then the one where the Hogwarts Express tried to eat me.
Right? Hogwarts Express?
That devil wizard power on me.
It was Dormentos, I think.
Nah, it was like Douchel Smort. No, what's the dude's name? The blonde kid that like everybody hates. Snipe?
Snape. No,
oh yeah, Snape. No, I thought Snape was.
No, I don't know what the guy's name is.
Ah, shoot. Hermione. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Sure, somebody knows.
Hey, welcome to everybody just rolling through the door. Glad to have you with us tonight on Fast Friday. So fun to be here, hanging out, talking trains with everybody. Do me a favor, smash that like button if you're just rolling through the door. It helps us push the video out to the algorithm, by the algorithm, to the people that weren't here. And I watched it last week. It's funny, George. Last week we didn't have, or I forgot to tell people to smash that like button. We didn't have as many likes, and because of that, the algorithm didn't get as many recommendations to the people that might usually watch our streams and everything like that. So yeah. But yeah, we've had a lot of gaffes over the years on GFW Trains, haven't we?
Oh yeah. Yes.
There's been a couple of times on GFW Trains where he and I would look like we were going to strangle each other. So it's funny. We had our sound issues last week. Malfoy, that's right. Malfoy is the blonde dude, or Malfoy. Oh yeah, every train race. So if you haven't watched the early GFW Trains videos, those train races made for some epic,
low quality smash up derbies of trains.
Yeah. And okay, so I lost my train of thought here, but getting back to the sound issues, we had some sound issues last week. I think I got it all ironed out.
Stop breathing.
That was one of the recommendations. That was one of the recommendations for somebody to clear up our sound issues, was to stop breathing. So before that is nothing compared to the sound issues that we used to have. Now, when we first started doing these live streams, and I'm not saying that we're a smooth operation here. This is just a father and son hanging out, having fun, talking trains, or sometimes father, son, and grandpa talking trains, or father, son, and friends. We've had Bill come on. Can't wait to have Katrina on. It's going to be good times. But, just friends talking trains. And when we first started, it was literally my computer right here, sitting up on a couple of shoe boxes on a tunnel that went over the train track. And we used the camera on my computer and the microphones on my computer. And boy, oh boy, people would have a hard time hearing George, because George he would talk, but he wouldn't talk very loud. And everyone's like, tell him to speak up. Tell him to speak up. And he wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. I turned to him. I'm like, hey, you know what, George? Come on, you gotta be louder. And he just would get really angry every time I told him to get louder. There's some pretty good ones. Yes. Oh yeah, that's another great show, The Legend of Bilko. That's how you ZW. That's a great one. If you want to go back and take a look for the live stream with the wrestler mask. That was when The Legend of Bilko started. Bilko. That's how you ZW. And our two phrases, wasn't me, and that's how you CW. Yeah. So Apple Orange's lines, George Senior, that's cool. You have a lot of family in the trains. My dad got me into Lionel. He started out in the 30s with American Flyer O gauge that we ran on my childhood layout. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, and LJL says, did you know that the nickname the Santa Fe Queen came from him? I did not know that. I'm going to be doing, much to George's chagrin, I think upcoming here, I'm going to be doing a review video where the Santa Fe Queen is going to be doing the review with me. Stay tuned for that, Santa Fe Queen. If you haven't seen it, she did do a video with me. We went and rode the Metro train from the Aurora station into Chicago on the racetrack, and we did a neat video on that. She and I did. So if you haven't seen her on that one, check it out. That's a good video. And if you haven't already, I'm going to say it again. Smash that like button if you would. So let's see here. Yeah, we've been having some really, really crazy weather around our house too. Conrail 8098. We've got a lot of wind going on. Luckily, I think we've got everything battened down. I have in the past had a lot of canoes outside, and I think that I've got all of the canoes buttoned down and everything like that. So Uncle Greg says, Antoinette says, how about the time when George didn't know who Mr. T was? That was another great show. I was about ready to lose it. I can't believe that George didn't know who the T was.
Who is he?
Oh my gosh. B.A. Barracus, the T, Clubber Lang, I pity the fool. Oh my gosh. I have failed, ladies and gentlemen. I have failed. So the thumbnail, that's how you use AEW, is literally the red, white, and blue Bilko. George thinking he's going to win the race. Wally in the corner with a ridiculous face and the big letters on it that say, that's how you ZW.
There we go. We got all trains running now.
So, hey, Aaron Klebat wants to know if you've ever been to the Roadhouse, George, in Yorkville. Funny that you mentioned that, Aaron. That's our favorite restaurant. We go there all the time. And guess what George has every year for his birthday?
The big horse.
Yeah.
We go to Red Robin because they have unlimited fries.
Right.
And because my sister doesn't like that restaurant.
We always end up at the Roadhouse, though, because the Roadhouse is right around the corner from our house.
Down the street, yeah. We can walk there. But yes, we love the Roadhouse.
That's right, Apple and Orange Line. I pity the fool. I can't believe it. I flipped out when George said he didn't know who Mr. T was. I had to set him down and do some Clockwork Orange style education on him. Now George's gonna be like, "What's Clockwork Orange?" I know he's gonna say that. And anyway, we won't even go there. LGL says, "I'd like to see the GFW trains meme." And that's another good one. You put together some GFW trains meme. Yeah. Right.
Boy. Yes. boy.
So George, Christmas is right around the corner, and Christmas is like a time that trains are really big, and everybody's thinking and talking about trains. One of the things that George is known for, if you haven't already heard this, or if you didn't know, George loves to build layouts around the Christmas tree. That's kind of George's Christmas thing. I think that's probably one of the most. It's one of the deepest traditions around our house. George, why don't you talk a little bit about that?
So basically, ever since you've been putting a Christmas layout up since before
Every
I was
year,
born.
right? We've always had a train layout around the Christmas tree.
I don't think there's ever been a year that the only house that I've been to that hasn't had a train under the Christmas tree where I'm like, what? Is Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Oh, right. You should go over there and put one up tomorrow.
Grandpa, Super Bowl layout? Post-war?
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Grandpa, I mean, it's something.
I gotta stop you right there, George. I'm sorry, but Joshua Woods got himself a GFW Trains T-shirt. Love it. And if those of you that haven't, we've got those T-shirts that we're selling. There's a link down below. Teesprings. We've got all kinds of GFW Trains. We've got these beautiful shirts. And what does it say on the back, George? Some of them you can get with a phrase. Some of them not. We've got T-shirts, we've got sweatshirts, we've got mugs, we've got face masks.
Grandpa, I bought you guys coal for Christmas. That is okay, because I can just kindly go over to Uncle Bill's house and we can use it on the steam engine.
Right. Okay, so George, let's see. So Grandpa's Super Old Christmas, that would be a good one. But let's talk about your Christmas dreams, your Christmas ideas. Grandpa's, keep flowing with that Christmas train layout, George. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So basically, it's been something that we've done in the house for as long as I've been alive, and we've had some really small Christmas layouts that are bigger than our layout up here. And the last couple of years we've had really big Christmas layout. Recently, or this year, we didn't do we did a pretty big Christmas layout, but it's not like it's not 072 big steam engine kind of. It's an 030 or 031 radius layout, and yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's something we've been doing for a long time. And some of my my favorite part is putting the layout up on the floor because I can do whatever I want. There's no constraints.
Right. So every year you make a video of it too, don't you?
Yes. But yeah, unfortunately this year I wasn't able to do the big layout that I normally do just because last year I cannibalized a lot of the track from the layout for the Christmas layout. I'm pretty sure I used this switch. There's a whole bunch of switches that somebody gave me that I used, and but yeah, so that I mean, I wasn't able to do it this year, but it's pretty big layout, and I'm pretty sure I heard I heard you working on it the other night. I was able to get a track plan done, then I had to do schoolwork. And I've been busy.
I got it all wired up. We got some trains running on there now. All we need to do, I don't know if you were doing anything else, but we got to clean up all the track around there and put some cool accessories or whatever around there, some Christmas stuff.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you gonna make a video of it?
Well, hopefully. Oh, yes. I'm gonna go fix this train.
Yeah, one switch is just giving us some problems. Why don't you put a motor on it?
There is one on it.
Still giving you problems, huh?
Yep.
Grumble. Yeah. So what is everybody wanting to get for Santa for Christmas?
Santa for Christmas?
Out your one train that you can get for Christmas. Let's do this. And if you put something up there, you gotta put it up as a realistic Christmas gift, and then you gotta put it up as a Christmas, your pie in the sky Christmas gift, your dream Santa leaving under the tree Christmas gifts. On three, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Tell me what that is.
What's yours?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to. Bill says the standard gauge around the floor would be cool. Just happen to know someone with some track. That's a good one. Maybe Grandpa could put standard gauge around the Christmas tree, George.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I don't know.
Hey, Lang the Verminator, welcome to the stream. And Engineer 6325, welcome. Yeah, Bill says, I never thought this, but coal would be a nice gift. That's good. And you, George, you have to explain why Bill, it would be a good gift for Bill. And you can keep doing it because everybody can hear you when you're with the mics.
So Bill is our friend that owns the steam engine. He operates that all the time. And as some of you may know, coal can be very scarce. And when operating steam engine, some of you might not know that there are different types of coal, right? There are coals that burn really hot for long periods of time. There's coals that burn really they're harder to burn, but they burn for a lot longer. There are coals that burn, but they don't. It's all just smoke that comes out. There's coal that burns really hot, but there's no coal that comes out, or smoke that comes out. And in a steam engine,
not all coals created equal.
Yes.
Huh?
So, well, yeah, and it just kind of depends on where it was mined. So, some coal, or there's certain type of coals that you can use in steam engine, right? So some engines operate better on a certain type of coals than other. For example, the Camelback was designed to operate on a type of coal that was a lot bigger, or a lot like it needed a bigger firebox for the engine, or for the engine to use that coal. And so what they did was they made the firebox bigger and put the cab in the middle of the engine. But yeah, and so basically, Bilco's engine takes a certain type of coal, and it's kind of hard for him to get, and it's really expensive too. Coal's expensive. So yeah, that's why it's yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got some really cool ideas, or really cool Christmas wishes coming in. Bob Zogage Train says a Pensy J1 and a Pensy 2Q. Yes.
Too cute.
Too cute. And username 661 says a Micro Trains TTX IQ.
Oh yeah.
3-pack. Oh, the N scale guy, huh?
N scale, yeah. There's one at a hobby shop I went to with a friend of mine the other day.
Oh, really?
One of those sets, yes. The hobby shop had really high prices, but they had a lot of cool stuff there.
And they had that one right there, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Engineer 6325 says a reasonable post-war turbine 681. That's a good one. We got a lot of turbine fans around here. We were talking about that. I went out for lunch with my dad yesterday, and we were talking about how many turbine fans we have around here. And we said when we go over to my dad's house, we're on an upcoming stream, we're going to have a turbine-specific stream where we're going to run turbines. We're going to show off turbines, post-war turbines. My dad, I think, has all of the different variations of it. So I think we're going to show off all of the different variations.
Do we have a non-post-war turbine?
Just the scale one.
Do we have a scale one?
Oh, actually, no, we don't have a scale turbine. But he does have a modern, modern turbine, I think.
Which one?
It's like the old ones, but he's got one. I think it was a Fallen Flag set that he's got. So James Train saying realistic Christmas gift, the Royal Return DVD of the 2860 Royal Hudson. The not so crazy would be, or the not so crazy Christmas gift, Milwaukee Road 261. Well, we were over at a friend's house the other day, and he had one, and he was running it underneath his Christmas tree. And oh man, we were trying to talk him out of that one, weren't we, George?
Yes, we were.
If you haven't seen it, check out that last video that we've got. There's a link below of Christmas Trains Under the Tree. A good friend of ours has a amazing Christmas display. Kay's Trains is his channel, and you got to check out his that video and the Christmas display that he puts together. But he had a 261 and he was running it on there. So Dell Hudson says with like a 265E Blue Streak set for Christmas. Ooh, sweet. That's a sweet one right there. Good looking, nice set, nice trains for sure. Engineer 26325 says high in the sky would be a Weaver B&O Cincinnatian. Oh yeah. Bob's O Gauge Trains have a standard gauge carpet layout going to be in Bob's Christmas Special Part 3. Right on. So if you haven't checked out Bob's channel, make sure you go over there and check out his video, because got a fun channel. In fact, I'm going to say it now. I always do at least once with my speech. I'm going to say what my speech now. We've got a really cool corner of the hobby, or a corner of YouTube here, and we've got a really cool segment of our hobby and a great group of people. Make sure that we watch each other's videos, post each other's videos, smash that like button, keep this synergy going. We've got a great synergy, guys. let's keep it going. I'm glad that you guys are my friends. I'm glad that you're hanging out with us, spending some time with us, talking trains. I really enjoy it. And, you know, it's just a blessing to know all of you, and keep that synergy going.
Yes.
So let's see here. So Florida Railroading says, I want my Florida East Coast GP6 from MTH to finally get here, ordered in January. Well, yeah. Sometimes you get stuff quick, sometimes you don't. That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh my gosh, Isaiah Trains has got some highfalutin tastes here. He says he'd like Lionel Blue Comet or Standard Gauge 10E. Those are some good ones there too. Lank the Verminator says, just wanted to check in shortly. I have to go have some fun. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. If you haven't, Lank, do me a favor, smash that like button. If you're coming through the door and haven't already, please do me a solid, smash that like button. Do me a favor. We really, really appreciate it. And it really helps us out in terms of getting the algorithm to recognize this video and pushing it out there to people that may have forgotten about it or haven't seen it yet. Sean's Trains, this is another one. I'd like Santa to bring me a standard gauge number 6 engine 999 Empire State Express set.
Is that the other TMCC one that they did?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. That one is a sweet set with a Commodore Vanderbilt. You know, George, I had the opportunity to buy one of those for $700 and I didn't. That's
Where?
one of those that I wish they were selling them new for $700 when they were blowing them out. Yeah. Let's see here. DB Tech says a Lionel GG1. That's a good one to ask for. I asked for that for years when I was growing up. I did. I got three. One I got for my birthday. One I got for Christmas. Maybe I only got. Oh, I got 2 of them for Christmas. I got my scale one for Christmas too. I've got a lot of GG1s, but I got those are the ones that I got for Christmas right there. Mark's Train says, just got my gift, the Lionel Southern Pacific SW8. Oh, wow. I bet that one's nice with crew talk and everything. Nice. James Trains also says a Pensy J1. Gotta love that CNO 210-4. Oof. You gotta love that. Was that a Texas, George?
That's a J1.
Or
a T1. It's a T1.
That's why they call it a J1 or a T1.
The T1 and the J1 are essentially this kind of the same engine.
Yeah.
Just one's owned by the Penske and the other one's owned by the.
There you go. So, Matthew Zoscale Train says, I'd like an NTH SD60M. Is that the one that we've got that's the Mazurek? Is that an SD60? I don't know if it's an SD60M.
No, it's GP60.
Oh, that's a GP60. Okay.
George Warwick, do you have a plane?
That's funny that you ask. Do you go have a plane or do you go to Oshkosh? Went for the first time in July. Well, my dad is a train and plane guru. He was a professional pilot growing up. My brother owns the busiest flight school here in the state of Illinois.
The biggest flight school in the Midwest. Privately owned flight school in the Midwest.
Yep. It's called the Illinois Aviation Academy. If you haven't checked out his website, it's illinoisaviation.com. But that's my brother's business, and our family's really into planes.
My cousin is the president of an Explorer Post that does plane things, and every year they go to Oshkosh. That's their big camp out, is going to Oshkosh. So, yeah.
George has never been to Oshkosh. I have to take him up there to Oshkosh. The only way I can describe it is Oshkosh is probably like Milwaukee is for you, George.
Yeah. What is that big plane or that big plane show we went to with the big like bouncy houses that like Sammy and I went crazy over? We were like really little. We went in the RV. And they had that big spaceship bouncy house that Sammy and I went like berserk over.
I don't remember, George.
And like, yeah, it was like, but then we had to pay for tickets, and then we went to Michael Minetti's tent, or not Michael Minetti. Shoot, what's his name? The stunt pilot, the Uncle Bob sponsor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shoot, what was his name?
I don't remember, but yeah,
like Michael something.
That was at Rockford, the Rockford Airport.
Yeah, that was really fun.
That was fun.
I got my Goodyear blimp there. Yeah. Anita and I fought over that. Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Then Sammy and I.
It's not liking that switch. So LGL says, I'd like to go to Fine Locomotive Storage Yard and buy a SAR 15F class. That would be a good Christmas gift, that's for sure. Aaron Klebat says we should go to Iowa, home of the Union Pacific trains. We went to Council Bluffs and Omaha a couple years ago. We went to go see the big boy out there. That was pretty cool.
Big boy.
There you go, George.
What?
I said, there you go, George. So Bob's talking again a little bit about his channel. 2 different Rudolph trains just came out in part 1. So check that out. Rumor has it it's going to snow in part 2. Very good. Very good. Keep your eye peeled on that. Keep your eyes peeled on that. So Zaya Hawkins says, speaking of standard gauge, any good website that has them at a great price? Ooh, I'm sure that everybody is looking for that.
eBay.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I've seen some new people pop up on the stream. If you haven't already, do me a solid and smash that like button. That's really helpful for us in getting more people that are viewing this. Yeah. Didn't the trestles turn out good there, Mike? Mike's a buddy of mine who helped out with cutting the wood around for the upper level here, and we finally got it in, and we've got upper level up and upper level operating going well, up and down. And I agree. The trestle, upper level trestle made by Bridge Boss, we got it in, we've got it running over our tracks, and that was an idea there by Mike that we should use the Bridge Boss. So we did, and we're up and running. We got both levels. So now it's a matter of painting them up, putting down the ballast, and going from there. For sure. Oh, Mile High Rail's got a good one, George. MTH Triplex.
Whoa.
That'd be a one that you'd want to get, George?
Yeah. I'd like to get that one.
So I have mixed feelings about that triplex. It's neat because it's huge, and it's the only one that's like that with 3 sets of driving wheels. But there's a part of me that doesn't like it because it really wasn't that successful of a locomotive. Cool, but not successful.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. I mean, this is kind of one of those engines that I think is overhyped. It's like, kind of like, yeah, just overhyped extremely.
Right. Well, Bill was saying, that Cabin Fever Auctions, about standard gauge. Cabin Fever Auctions always has good standard gauge, and Stout. It just got done with an auction, a couple auctions this past week, and they definitely had some neat trains in both of those auctions. I don't remember them having. I think they had some standard gauge, but I don't remember them having.
They always do, like in the post. It's like every post-war collection normally has some like.
Right. All right, Sparky 107, the godfather of the live stream, is here with us. Great to have you here, Sparky. Wore this shirt. When I put on this shirt, I thought especially of 2 people, and I'm glad that both of them are here. I thought of Bob Pekorski, who was there the day when I bought this shirt and just shook his head after I bought it.
He flames that shirt more than anybody, man. Going to Train Fest with him is like the greatest thing ever.
Every time I know that I'm going to see my friend Bob Pekorski, I make sure I wear this shirt. And then the other one is my good Canadian friend, Sparky 107 in the house. Good to have you here, man. That's what I like. That's what brings me joy. When I see someone like Sparky 107 here, that brings me joy.
You know, when
he's the OG of live streams, man.
He commented on my very first floor layout video. Wow, I was flying high that day,
dude. Man. How about it? So it's an honor to have you here. So Sparky 107's been doing live streams for a long time. He stopped doing them, but he's got a great channel. Not a neat content, but he kind of was a model for. We don't do the same thing that he did. He did it much better than us, but we have tried to model it, and if nothing else, model his passion for the hobby and model his joy in trying to bring others into it. So Sparky, good to have you here. Happy holidays. So James says that Roll On Big Boy is better than the Ballad of the Big Boy. Changed my mind. I don't think I've ever heard Roll On Big Boy. Have you? Is that a deodorant? Roll On Big Boy?
No, it's like the wooden stuff that you roll. Like,
oh,
yeah.
Or how about when your sister like rolls on top of you? Roll on, big boy. You didn't like that one. That's a dad joke right there. So this is a good question. What year is our railroad in, George?
All. Yes.
Yes, exactly. We don't really have an era, but what I like to call my layout, or I like to call it's toy rail. George, explain a little bit about what toy rail is.
Toy rail is like where you basically have like modern stuff. Like everything is, it's not like, so you use a lot of modern stuff. For example, like the legacy base, you use modern engines, and you run them pretty correct. I mean, you run them correctly. It's just like you don't, or not even that. Just like you run like scale, like modern stuff, just not giving a crap on like what everything is. So like you'll run an SD70 with a daylight on the same or on the same layout at the same time. You'll run an SD70 with a 10 semi-scale box cars. That's toy rail.
Nice. Aiden the Train Master here from Jersey. We love this, the Train Masters out there. George, you have to tell the story of the Train Masters. Welcome, Dennis.
So the Train Masters is a group that I met in Rock Island. Oh wait, no, not Rock. Rhode Island. I met in Rhode Island, and they are a 4-H group that does a modular lab, very similar to the one that the TCA does. And yeah, so I met them in Rhode Island. Rhode Island, and they're from New Jersey, and they're called the Somerset County Train Masters, and they're really cool. I met some of my closest train friends there, but yeah.
Club of young men and women that like to run trains. They have a modular layout. Good stuff. Great to have you, Dennis B. Jerry Satterley's here. Jerry has been with us since live stream number 1. Awesome. For those of you guys that haven't heard, we've got a 3,000 subscriber special, and you'll have to give us some feedback on this. We were trying to think of a good 3,000 subscriber special, and what we came up with was a GFW Trains blooper video. We've done this. This is 136 live stream, and we've got a lot of footage out there. And we're going to ask all of the people that have been watching the GFW Trains videos to go through those streams and find some good footage for us of good blooper footage. We have got a lot of funny video in there. We'd love to get some good blooper stuff and put together a blooper compilation. So, yeah. That's our thought. What do you guys think about that? And if you're just rolling through the door, the other thing that I'd like to put out there is please smash that like button. We really appreciate that if you do that. So, all right. Sparky says, I still do the 2nd and 4th Wednesday nights in my Christmas Day live stream. Starts at 4 p.m. Eastern. Well, hey, all right. I've been missing out on Sparky's live streams for a while. Sheesh. I have to get on that. Sorry that I haven't been on there, Sparky. And Christmas Day for sure. Love it. So, he's got lots of gifts to give away. Hey, Randall Ellison. Nice to see you. And like I said, Sparky 107, he's the godfather of doing this. I really appreciate all that he's done. So, yeah. I've got a topic one here that I want to get back to. What is the most controversial MTH and Lionel trains ever?
What does controversial mean?
Controversial means like things that make people emotional. Something that makes people emotional in a happy, or usually in a combative way.
The first generation big boy.
Yep, and we'll get back to that in just a second. But before we do, we have got our man, Mr. Pictavin, in the house.
Boy,
and Mr. Pictavin came up with a $5 donation to the George Eating Fund here. Not only can George eat, but now he must sing.
Big boy.
But you need to sing more than just big boy. You have to say some of the words.
The rest of the words.
There are some other words to the big
boy.
Big boy.
Rolling down the line in my big boy. Big boy. Big boy. I don't know the words of the song, but it's something after or before big boy.
Have you ever heard the song Roll on Big Mama? No, I haven't, but I've heard Throw Mama from the train, a kiss.
Anyways,
Well, thank you, Mr. Pictavin. Right, George? Don't
Yeah,
forget
thanks.
to say thank you.
Thanks.
Big thank you. Little
Thank
thank
you.
you. So Randall Ellison, good to have you here. We got Randall's train right over boxcar that he sent us from his channel, fun channel to watch. Right over here on the lattice, hidden behind one of George's.
Lexus.
And we had a Josh Bautista just coming in, says love the layout, best train layout I've ever seen. Well, that is some big words there, and thank you for that. Thank you for that. So Randall says Wally George, the club O scale layout had a very epic locomotive on it today. The Reading 484. Nice.
G1 baby.
So George, let's get back to that question that LJF came up with. What's the most controversial train? And now that you know what the word controversial is, what you said, the first generation big boy, and I tend to agree with that one, George. Why is the first generation big boy?
Because whoever made, okay, I don't know the whole context of the story, but whoever made the MTH big boy or Lionel, somebody just took the plans for the MTH big boy and used it on the Lionel big boy. So if you go on a Lionel big boy and compare the two, the only noticeable differences you're going to see are the colors of the boiler. That's it. Everything else is the exact same. It's also rumored that if you take the cab off of a first generation big boy, you'll be able to see the MTH stamp right on in the boiler, or where the MTH stamp would go.
All right, so let me roll the controversy machine up a little bit here. So back in, I want to say 1990, in the mid 1990s, the Mike's Train House came on the scene, and they came on the scene in a big way. Lionel had been producing the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Mike's Train House was
they did a good job. They the same thing. It was just painted up with different ways and different. Mike's Train House came in and shook things up, didn't they, George?
Well, it was a mixture like Mike's Train House, K-Line, and I think Weaver as well.
Right, but Mike's Train House was the big one that came in and started to produce new molds and new dies and new trains and new everything, new electronics, and really push the envelope on the hobby, which was really good for the hobby. But Lionel Trains wasn't equipped and wasn't ready to go. And Mike's Train House really got ahead of the curve on some of this development stuff. So what did Lionel do? Lionel, who was at the time making their own trains in-house, most of their trains in-house, went and contracted out with a company, I believe it was in South Korea. And the company said that they were going to build Lionel
a big boy. Class A,
and Allegheny. And so they hooked up with this company, and the company came out, produced the boiler, and Lionel made those three engines. And lo and behold, like George said, all three of those engines were exactly the same and looked exactly like the Mike's Train House engines. And as it turned out, Mike's Train House then sued Lionel as a result of that, saying, hey, look, they stole our design. They stole this. And that's what happened. That there was some industrial subterfuge going on there. And the people who were designing one engine got designs for the other one. And there's all kinds of backroom craziness going on. And as it played out, it was almost an exact duplicate that Lionel made of these MTH engines to catch up. Kind of like when the Soviet Union built a B-29. Yeah. One day they're at an air show in Paris, and the United States looks up and there flies over a B-29 that's like a Russian one that they had copied.
Going back to the train thing, right? That is why the Commodore Vanderbilt and the Hiawatha are the only standard gauge engines with TMCC that Lionel ever made.
That's right.
Because MTH won the lawsuit, and they got the rights to make Lionel's tin plate standard gauge series.
It was a settlement in the lawsuit, right? And that was part of the settlement.
Which is why there isn't any TMCC standard gauge stuff. So
Right. So the other one that Bilko brings up, which is a great one, is the Lionel Commodore Vanderbilt. Now, I don't know if you remember this one, but that was a big engine when they came out with a lot of excitement behind the Commodore Vanderbilt. And they had a lot of people pre-order it. And then when it came out the wrong color. It came out light silver rather than a dark gray. Not only that, but the molds had a lot of defects, and it was just a really, really poorly received engine. And so much so that Lionel had to take a bunch of their engines, and they made some of them red and some of them blue to sell them. And they even had Harry Heike weathered engines that had some really bad molding flaws on it. Yeah, that was a definitely.
Which is why you can get them so cheap now.
Yes. And Bill Caberna says that K-Line is the one that suffered the most out of that lawsuit, because there was a lawsuit there, and I don't necessarily say that they suffered. There was a lot of stealing going on then, or a lot of industrial subterfuge. I don't want to go as far as to say anybody was stealing anything.
Nah, K-Line just straight up stole the Lionel crowd. They didn't steal their locomotives, but they stole the electronics. And actually, you know that 464T that everybody was all crazy over at York?
Mm-hmm.
That was the engine that brought the lawsuit. That was the nail in the coffin for K-Line.
Wow. I didn't know that. So Mile High Rail says that the Lionel Dreyfus was also a lawsuit engine. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
How many did they make a TMCC Dreyfus Hudson? Not the Odyssey one, but did they make one before that?
I don't know, George. That is a good one. Good question. Chris Lambert, welcome to the show, Lambo, says, any news about the Atlas purchase of MTH? You hear anything, George? Got a yawn there.
Oh, they're making P42s, scale P42s. That came out recently.
Nice. Nice. If you're just rolling through the door, guys, do us a favor, smash that like button. Really would appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. We enjoy hanging out with you here on Fast Friday, or we've been haven't been racing trains too much anymore, so we've kind of morphed it from Fast Friday to Friends Friday, or
anything but Racing Friday.
Fun Friday. Yeah. Sparky 107 says all this talk about locos, and I just wait for the Conrail to hit the rails and run that trestle. We do have a Conrail. We have to roll that one out for the old Spark. That's it. So, LGL says, what's the most controversial steam locomotive in the world? And by the way, LGL was saying that his, never mind. LGL was trying to think of what's a controversial steam engine. How about
the big boy?
The big boy? Yeah, there's some controversy there. How about the?
It's all those people. Okay. I'm just gonna say this: if you don't like 4014, you're saying because it's a foamer engine, leave.
No, don't say that, George.
No, I'm serious, man. If you're just too cool to like that kind of train because everybody else likes it, just stop. You're not cool. I mean, it's just
the big boy is cool, man. It's
cool. You can't say it's not cool, and if you do, you know you like it. You just don't want to admit you like it.
Oh yeah.
End of story.
So how about this one? Here's a controversial engine. The engine that everybody thinks is all that.
Oh, the T1.
Yes.
I think that is the stupidest engine to try and beat the speed record with. Although I do think it can beat it. What the heck ever happened to Hudson? I mean, heck, you can beat a steam record with the 4449. I guarantee you that the 4449 would kill that speed record.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yep, if they could get on the rails. Or 611,
exactly. That's the other thing. Build an engine. They already have these big streamline engines that could have the very, very possible. I mean, they could totally kill that. But where are you going to run it, right? The T1, they're going to build it, and then they're just going to be like, whoa, where do we run this? Where are we going to break the speed record? No railroad is going to let them go 100 and something miles an hour on their trackage. It's just not how it is. Norfolk Southern's definitely not going to do it. The only railroad that I think would have the possibility of doing it is the BNSF. Even the BNSF, they never. I mean, the only time they ever run steam is when it benefits their railroad. UP won't do it because UP only runs their trains. Heck, they had one of the most beautiful steam engines in their heritage fleet. I mean, not even a heritage fleet, but in their heritage, and they refused to run it on the Union Pacific Railroad. The 4449, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful. I mean, it's the most beautiful steam engine in
Somebody
existence.
wound George up.
In existence.
Yes.
And they weren't running it. Anyway, and so now the 4449 possibly won't. I mean, it possibly won't run anymore, and they can only run it on short line railroads. I also think that, yeah, I mean, that's just the way I think, and I think that we have the resources to break the record, just nobody's doing it, and the people who want to do it aren't playing their cards correctly. We have to wait. We have to wait till 2050 to get a steam engine that they say will break it. We don't even know if it's going to break it yet. I can probably name off 5 that could break it that are operating today.
Yeah. LGL says a Japanese N700S series Shinkansen can go faster than Pennsylvania Railroad T1.
Well, obviously, it's a bullet train.
So I tend to agree with you on that, George. And we just saw one of the trains that they say is one of the fastest ever built and could possibly have beaten the speed record if they tried, which was the 611. And I was really surprised when I saw the 611, especially with that in mind. I've always thought in my mind that the 611 would be the engine that could beat the speed record, just because. And I'm not a train guy where I know all of the ins and outs and everything like this, but I do know that the 611 was built with a lot more modern things in a steam engine than other steam engines were in the past, previous. Like the 999 was a fast steam engine, but it was one that was built with modern technology. And the 611 was pretty darn modern. It had bearings. It had a lot of different firebox features and everything like that. But, and I've always thought that when we went to go see the 611, it was one of the most beautiful engines I've ever seen. I can't even say it was the way I can think of it, but right? It was one of the. It's right up there in the conversation.
It was like a bodybuilder with huge biceps.
Yes.
But then teeny legs.
Yes. And you have to explain why that is, George.
Well, it's streamlined. It's a huge engine, but the drivers are so small. They are teeny.
Right. And that was a surprising thing for me, too. I mean, and not that tiny drivers are a bad thing. It means that you can pull a lot, right? You can pull a lot more with the smaller drivers and everything like that. You know, it's a happy medium between big drivers and small drivers and speed and pulling power and everything like that. So that was kind of cool in a way, too, George. To me, it said it was kind of like a hybrid engine, an engine that could go really, really fast.
But also, you'd be used for freight. For example, the N&W had unshrouded J or unstreamlined J's.
What's it?
They had unstreamlined J's.
Did they?
Yeah. And they use those for coal operations. James sent me this meme.
Oh, that's good. Oh, gosh. LGL says the LNER A4 could go over 130 miles an hour. That's true, too. That is true. The A4 has grown on me. George, still not a big fan.
I don't like the A4.
But me, I like the A4. It's grown on me. We went to go to Green Bay, and I saw the Dwight D. Eisenhower A4 up there, and that is just, it's a beautiful streamlined locomotive. And talk about big drivers. Oh, my God, that thing had drivers that were huge.
You want to know that something that has drivers that are huge that can go probably equally as fast, if not faster?
What's that, George?
The 4449.
Well, and I'm not taking anything away from the 4449. You know what I would like to see, George? 4449, and a true race.
Oh yeah, that'll never happen.
844 and 4449. Shoot 611 in there too. You think which one of those you think?
Oh, I think 844 and 4449 would blow 611 out of the water.
I don't think so. I don't
know. After seeing those,
especially if 844 and 844 and 4449 are burning oil too. You got to remember that.
They all are.
What's that?
They all are.
Oh, is the 611 burning oil too?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I would imagine that.
At least now. I mean, I don't know where they get all the coal for it to operate it. I don't know. I think they all are, but yeah.
So we got Mama Yaya and then Mommy Lulu in the house.
Hey.
Welcome to the guys. As George's special family members there, grandma and aunt. Welcome to the stream. And if you're just rolling through the stream, do me a solid and smash that like button if you would. That really helps out for the stream. Welcome, Mommy Yaya and Mommy Lulu. George has got both of his grandmothers watching tonight, so you better be on your best behavior there, George. So Tim's train says, George, when are you going to get a new truck for that Polar Express train set? What's he talking about there?
One of them's broken. You knew that. You did know that.
If I did, I forgot. I'm getting old. So, yeah. And Robert, you're right. You're right. You got to look at the territory that the 611 operated on. It was a lot of terrain. It was a lot of up and down and everything like that.
James says the PRR one failed so badly. The only duplex that worked was the PRR Q2. I do like the Q2s. Why not build the PRR Q2? Yes, but why not build a New York Central Hudson? The Hudson could break the speed record.
Hudson could. With modern stuff.
An F7 Atlantic could beat the speed record. Heck, the A4 only went 130 miles an hour for a couple of seconds, where the F7 went up like over 100 regularly for like miles.
Every day.
365. There was no break. There was no broken bearings. No. It did over 100 all the time. I'm just saying it could totally beat the A4.
So, all right. So 611 is cold, George. 611 is cold. And right. Apollo's watching you. George's cousin's Apollo. Little guy loves trains. Hey, Apollo, how you doing? So, 614 with Ross Rowland Engineering smokes them all.
Ross Rowland, man.
Ross Rowland. All right. I'm having a brain fart here. George, what's 614? Guys, what's 614? Help me out.
It's a Greenbrier.
Oh, yeah, Greenbrier. All right. Yes, the Ross Rowland. Pulling Freedom Train.
Yeah, Niagara could beat the Cab Forward could beat the record. Cab Forward all the way.
And the A4 was going downhill.
Yeah, exactly. That's like cheating. I'm just saying, man. The F7, like, you know how like everybody always talks, like compares like modern football players versus like new football players, right? Dude, the older football players never had a chance to prove themselves. I'm just saying, like, I think that the F7 could kill the A4. I mean, like, the A4 couldn't go 130 miles an hour on straight, like, level track. But I think the F7 could. And even if the F7 was put in the same scenario, if the 4449 was put in the same scenario as the A4, the 4449 could kill that record.
I don't know.
Just
George.
look at it.
The
Look
A4.
at this.
Did you
Look
see
at
the drivers
engine.
on that A4?
I don't care how big the drivers are. Look at this engine, man. It looks like if like you were to get shot by this engine. If this were to come out like of a gun, this would like kill you. Like it would just be like.
I don't know. Have you seen that A4?
No, I don't care about the A4. This engine is like so cool, and it's like. It could totally break their record, man. Just look at it. Just look at it. Look at the engine. It's got big drivers.
A4's drivers are big.
Streamlined. No, they are. The A4 was going downhill. It's a teeny engine. This is big American muscle.
Set the record. Drop the mic, man. Set the record. Drop the mic.
Has that 4449 ever attempted the record?
I don't know why it isn't. Probably because of the stingy railroads not allowing it to. So hey, Bob's O-Gauge train. This is pretty cool. Said I was on the engine crew in the 90s out of Hoboken, the Greenbrier 614. Wow, that's pretty cool. That must be
What's in your profile
right,
picture?
right. No, that is neat. I didn't know that. Cab forwards all day. Take a drink, right, guys? Priest Brothers lines. Hey, if you haven't already, seeing some new.
Look at this.
Smash that like button. Ooh, look at that thing. It's going
It's
fast
going
now.
fast. Look at that. I can totally beat an A4 right now. Just look at how fast it's going. Fast.
So that Greenbrier ran for the Chessie Scene Special, the ACE 3000 test in 21st Century Limited, New Transit, maybe soon, American Freedom Train 2.0. That would be nice. Yeah, I know. I haven't ever seen George and Rambo like that. How about it? That's good. Hey, LGL, what do you think about that L4? You're the guy. You like the English trains, European trains. What do you think about that one? Yeah, it's cheating because it uses bunk oil. Yeah, there you go, George. How about that one?
Didn't the A4 take oil too?
Sparky saying this boy needs a coffee to calm down. Calm down there, Ricky Bobby. Calm down, Ricky Bobby. This is how about the New York Central with the jet engines? Yeah.
That is like one of my. When I was little, I always wanted that train. Like I always wanted that model train.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Want to know who had one? Jeff Marchant. He had one that I wanted.
Oh, did he really?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
So 614 needs an overhaul. It's out in front of
it's like in a park somewhere.
Yeah, I thought that it's like out in front of a hotel or something like that, if I'm remembering right. I'm sure Bob will be able to tell us where that one's at. Train Finder Craig's in the house. That's another guy we got to have him back on the stream. He's got some big things coming in for the train hobby, and it's going to be fun. And we have him on here. We'd love to have him talk about that. Great to have you here, Train Finder Craig. If you're just rolling through the door, smash that like button, and you may want to turn down the volume a little bit because George is on a rant about speed records. If you want to get George ranting about something, it's fun to get him ranting about the steam speed record. That's for sure. George loves to rant about the steam record. And you know what? Just that might be one of the reasons why I like that A4, man. Randall Ellison says, George talking about the 4449 is like Stephen A. Smith talking about Aaron Rodgers.
I don't like that, man.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So Bob's right. So they painted it a horrible green. Yep, that's the one I'm thinking of as the presidential.
Angel wants one of those, the Greenbrier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So James was saying that
this looks like a fast engine. It's huge.
Oh gosh, yeah. And I have not seen the 4449 in person. And that's on my bucket list, is to see 4449 in person, or even better yet, to ride behind 4449.
You've seen 4460.
What's that?
You've seen 4460.
I have got to ride behind 4449 and 611. Oh my gosh. 611 was so gorgeous, man. So gorgeous. Okay, so 614's in Clifton Falls, Virginia. Right.
That's a lot of dude. That's a lot of money to get that going again. That's crazy. What needs to be done on it? Oh no. Oh,
she off the track. So needs boiler overhaul, I think, on 614.
Ooh, yeah, that might be a problem. Problem with those big engines is like it's hard to find places that'll like allow you to run them. You know what I mean? Heck, they have a hard time with 611.
Right. So Ozark Midland Southern Railway says, have you guys heard about M-Slick's Trains Christmas Tree Challenge? Sounds like fun during the season. I've still got to get my tree up. Well, I have to check out that challenge. I have not heard of his challenge. So yeah, all right. The other thing that the daylight's got, George, is
A horn.
a horn and a whistle.
Hold on, let me. I got it. Just let me finish this real quick. All right.
So LGL says, what about the Royal Hudson 2860? George, that was another trend. You got to see a Royal Hudson. Royal Hudson was another one that just looked fast. Oh, that's a horn. Goes so fast, can't have a whistle. It's got to have a horn because you can hear it. Royal Hudson was a beautiful is a beautiful engine, but you got to see that one because that one is like got a streamlined look to it. And just it's a beauty, man. It's a beauty.
Did you guys ever see the race between 4449 and 844? Check it out.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's a good. There's a video of that, right?
Yeah.
Who put that one up?
I don't know.
Oh no, it was Grandpa saying about the race between. And it was they were rolling side by side, both of them. And in fact, one of them, it was funny because one of them, I think it was 4449, was running diesel fuel, George.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So the smoke coming out of that thing was black.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. That is pretty cool.
It was black. Train Finder Craig.
Well, I'll make a song real quick. The 4449 is better than the 84. The 84
She's always on time.
And
4449.
The 4449.
She's real fine. 4449. She's real fine. That 49
is better than the A4. And the A4
49.
And the 4449 could beat the A4 in the speed record. And any American trains can beat the steam record. And yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That was a George Woodruff original. You just heard that one right there. Want to hear George sing? There, George sing another George Woodruff original about the 4449 being faster than the A4. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Apple in Orange Line says, hey George, is that the classic tea or the tri-blend? I might have to get one of those. This one's a classic tea that George has got. Yeah. I have the tri-blend. And I just want to tell you this, and I want to put this out there. Thank you so much for buying or thinking about buying our stuff. We love it. Love it. Love to go somewhere and see somebody wearing a GFW trains. In fact, President of the TCA was wearing it the other day. And Vice President, too.
I think one of the coolest things ever was when Jason Stuckert wore.
Oh, yeah, in the video.
In one of his videos. That was pretty solid.
Right.
Yeah.
Jason's one of George's, as I've been saying, Sparky 107 is one of my YouTube heroes. Jason's probably one of George's YouTube heroes, right?
Jason is totally,
But anyway, I lost. So thanks for thinking about that. But I want to tell you this: I bought a tri-blend shirt, and there's a couple of people that I know have bought the tri-blend shirts, and the screening tends to come off on those tri-blend shirts. So if you buy one and they come off, make sure that you contact Teespring right away and tell them that you're having issues. And the good news about that is they'll just send you out another new shirt. So if you're having issues with the shirt, contact them right away. But yeah, both of them are fun. Are good shirts. I like the tri-blend. I love the nice thin texture of the tri-blend. But also we got different sayings on the back. George has got the saying on the back that says, GFW trains, where we talk about everything, but mostly trains.
Oh, yeah.
So, George, there's a lot of...
So I wore this. I had APF the other day, which is...
What's APF?
It's Applied Personal Fitness. It's basically...
Right. George
it's like an alternative for gym where you just, like, work out in the gym. And my APF instructor, he thought this meant, like, in the gym.
Oh, did he really? So that's what I keep saying. Is like if the whole train thing doesn't work out, you'll have a YouTube channel where you can talk about getting you there. GFW train. So what did he say about it?
He's like, I like the motivational shirt, George. Keep the pump going.
You're like, no, can't show him the back.
No, I showed him the back. If you think about it, talking about everything, but mostly trains, like.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Like I like the motivational shirt, George. I'm like, probably, I don't even remember what I was doing. Probably just like trying to, yeah.
So Tim's saying that both the FEA and the Daylight burn both burn bunker oil fuel, not diesel fuel. Yeah, but in that video, The 4449 was running on diesel fuel, and it's got really black smoke. Or it was a diesel or some type of combination.
Just warming up the polar bears.
Yeah, right. So that's why I talk about that. But yeah, bunker oil fuel is what they're running on. And 4014 runs on bunker oil fuel now too, right? Oh, here's another good one, George. Fast engine. How about the Santa Fe 2900 class?
Compete the A4.
484 Northerns. Now that's another one. Yeah, that is an engine. I saw one of those, and it just made me. That one's another one that's at the National Railway Museum in Green Bay. Oh my God, that was a huge one. It's not National Railway Museum. What is it?
In Texas.
They've got one there too. You were on it. I've got pictures of you on it. It's in the barn out in back.
That's a DMI.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Trying to think if that's the same. If that's.
Yes, that's it.
Well, no. I know you're right. But I don't. I'm not sure if it's a 2900 class or if it's the class that's at IRM.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's two different classes because there's the 3751 class, which I think's the one that the ones at IRM, and then there's the 2900 class. I don't know, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get a shirt that says the guy that takes GFW places. Yeah, George is like, hey, I got a car now too.
I drive.
I got my car. I'm driving around. So yeah, the 2900s are all roller bearings too. That's true. You're right, George. I'm not sure if that's a 2900 class up there in Green Bay. And again, Train Finder Greg says it. Smash that like button. That's really helpful for us. I appreciate it. Really helps the channel. That's for sure. So speaking of which, 2926 should run its first excursion troon. Very nice.
Nice.
So yeah, Nick's Train says bunker oil is such a pain. Got to keep it out or it turns into tar. Faux show.
Yeah.
CB&Q Northern.
Oh, that's it.
Up in Green Bay?
Green.
I don't think so. I think that they maybe you're right. Maybe you are right. Yeah. I'm not gonna doubt Bill. All right. Hey, this is a good one. We're talking about turbines. Favorite turbines, oil burning turbines, or of the UP. And Nick's was saying his favorite is the bird burner.
The bird burner.
Yep. Don't want to fly too close to that if you're a bird, right?
No.
So James says, then there are only two left, 3751 and 3759. I think you're right. Yep. And Bill hit that one on the head. So that's right, Train Finder Craig. I'm providing the big bucks. What do you think, George? George is like, yeah, George, can I, or Papa, can I get a little loaner on some cash here? I want to go to that train show this week and buy some trains.
No, because then I have to pay you back. I already owe you like a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, the Q5s, man, or O5s. That's a shame. There aren't any O5s left, are there?
No, I think there's one there's one left. It's the one that.
There's okay. Yeah.
I think there's one at IRM actually.
I thought the 05 was the Hudson, or like the
I5,
Hudson.
I5. I think that Hudson is the I5.
Okay. Gotcha.
Too many I's and O's.
Yeah.
Q's and Q's.
And then the CB&Q always had like their own thing too. Like it's not a Hudson. We're the CB&Q. It's an 05.
They're like, we like to paint our trains gold.
I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah.
A Texas. George almost bought a Texas when we went to York.
I wish I did.
That's his one train that got away. Yeah. So tell everybody about that train that got away.
It was a third rail Texas. Or not Texas. I'm not sure it was a 210 or 410.
Was it Texas? Or at least that's what you said at the time. I didn't look at it real close.
Anyway,
I have no idea about your strange fascination with third rail.
It's brass.
That said, I saw a bunch of third rail locomotives that were on stout this last week, and all of them went for a lot of money, though, a lot of dollars. Nobody was.
Man, I wish we were. I wish we were. I wish we were around when the hot water auction went on.
Ooh, hot water.
Getting that third rail stuff for
yeah.
cheap. Yeah.
Hot box.
Hot box. Oh yes.
All right, let's see here. I've lost where we're at on the stream, guys. This is the part of the stream where George dances.
You're on the James Train part.
I know, but there was some before that. It says, let's see here. LGL says, can a Soviet Union steam locomotive go over 100 miles an hour?
No.
How about a Chinese
Not
one,
them
man?
communist
Chinese
trains.
ones. The communist
We don't like
train.
them communist trains around
That would
here.
be a fun one. They've got that Chinese train that they're running out to in Iowa.
Is that Chinese? I think that's nickel plate.
No, there's a Chinese
I know
train
what
that's
you're
running
talking
out
about,
in Iowa.
Yeah,
But I think there are some other Chinese trains that are running around that are steam engine.
There's there's a Russian one at IRM.
Russian
The Russian Decapod. I don't know if it's Russian. I know it's because it's in the name. Yes. Wow, my ears are dead. It's brass. Brass.
Yeah. So LJ wants, or Isaiah Hawkins was saying, have you ever heard of the AA20, George?
I have not.
I think I have. I think that's the one they had all of the drivers. They had like 14 drivers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't go around. It was like
split
the rails because it was so heavy. Yeah.
Grandpa says George steel is stronger than brass. The brass is easier to. The reason why, or brass is cool because you can make little teeny bitty details out of brass.
Right.
Where steel you can't. 1630 is a Russian decapod, but it never made it to Russia.
There you go.
There you go.
Made it to Illinois.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for that one. Man. Out of all the states in the world, it ended up in Illinois.
It's in the best railroad museum in the world. It is one of the centerpiece attractions to one of the best railroad museums in the world. As James Train would say, the Illinois Railway Museum is the best railway museum in the world. Not that what James Trains would say, although he probably would. Prove me wrong. Strasburg's a good one, but nope. Strasburg's a railroad, though.
Yo,
right?
once they have IRM finished, though, you should hear the plans.
Tell me the plans, George.
A roundhouse. They got 2 turntables. Did you know that?
I didn't. Did they really?
Yeah.
So, all right.
They're building a roundhouse. Oh, sorry for cutting you off. And then their plan is to build a replica of Union Station.
Really?
That's their
Man, where are they gonna get the money for that? I wonder.
I don't know, but they seem to be doing pretty well.
Yeah, they just expanded a lot of stuff and got a lot of.
And then once they finish that, you want to know why they don't go further on the down and back route?
How come?
There's a bridge that they need to build, and they need to get the funds to build the bridge. So once they finish with the Union Station stuff, they're gonna put the pedal to the metal to building that bridge. It's like a really long bridge they need to make or something like that.
Okay.
And then they're going to go farther.
Gotcha. So the Iowa Interstate QJ, I think that's the China engine, 6988 is going down for its 1472 day inspection.
Screw that 1472 day
inspection.
So
the 05 is a Mohawk with 6 foot 6 inch drivers. That's some big drivers right there, George.
That is.
So James says there are 6 Chinese steam in the USA. Iowa Interstate 6988 running and 7081. The RG Corman 2008 X7040 and all 3 QJ 210-2s and Susquehanna 142 and New Haven 3025, both 2A2 SY class. And the 8419 SY 282. Wow, that's a mouthful right there, right?
Yeah.
James Train says IRM is the biggest railroad museum in North America. Can't change my mind because it's true.
It's best.
Now,
America.
That's
That's probably the biggest in the world.
I wonder if there's any bigger ones.
The only one I can think of is that one in York. like
In Pennsylvania?
England, no,
Oh,
or something like that.
yeah, I don't
That
know.
big like roundhouse they got there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, interestingly, T4 brings up the 1630 as an American design, was built in March 1918 by the Baldwin Locomotive Works for use in Russia as a Class YE locomotive, but was never shipped. And she's back.
It's fixed. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
So we've got explain the ST70 that we've got there, the Mopac, George.
Basically, the Mopac SD70. This Mopac SD70 was made when Lionel was experimenting with their modular system of electronics, which means that you can basically, I mean, it's just easy to put everything together. It's a simpler way. It's easy to take apart. A lot less soldering going on when working on these engines and adding new parts. Well, when this era came out, one of the biggest flaws was that the modular style of like whatever they used to connect each board, it was really weak, and they're known for going out. So all of a sudden, on a lot of these engines, they'll run perfectly fine, but the sound will just cut out and it'll be super quiet, and it's because of that weak connection. And basically, we had that problem with it. And a lot of times, you just got to take the guts completely out, just like redo it. Well, or just solder the soundboard to the motherboard, which is like, well,
I tried to solder a wire to an E unit yesterday. I had a hard time. I can only imagine what that was.
to an E unit. What E unit?
2383. I was doing
I
some
thought you meant,
Frankenstein wiring in
I
there.
thought you meant like an E unit. Like
Oh, no.
It's like, what? Anyways, this one sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, and decided to work today.
So yeah, so anyway, yeah, for a long time, our Mopac, the sounds weren't working, and the sounds just popped on, and she's firing now, like that.
Aaron Clevo's got a good question. Who is my favorite race car driver? My favorite race car driver is Graham Rahal, and then my favorite retired race car driver is Dario Franchitti.
There's a couple good ones right there. He's got some good stories behind why he likes both those guys.
Graham Rahal, one time, I was wearing a Graham Rahal shirt.
By the way, this is categorized in the mostly trains part, or sometimes talk about everything part of. We talk about everything, but mostly trains. Go ahead, George.
Anyways, we were. I was playing wiffle ball with Sammy one time and some other kids, and I was
At
wearing
the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
yeah. And we were in the infield camping, and I was wearing a Graham Rahal shirt, and all of a sudden this car pulls up next to us, and I thought we were about to get in trouble for playing wiffle ball in the
infield.
The infield. And it had like a really dark tint. It looked like a very official car, something that either like, I don't know, just seemed like a very official car. You got that 5% tint or whatever. Anyways, the window rolls down. And there's this dude with his girlfriend, like just like not his wife actually, Courtney Force.
Courtney Force, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just his wife.
Yeah, just his wife. No, it's Courtney Force. Anyways, I did a double take, and I was like, holy crap, that's Graham Rahal. Goes up, and he's like, here, I like your shirt, kid. And he like takes off his hat, signs it, and gives it to me. And I was like. And then, okay, tell him your part. No, you gotta tell him your part.
So I'm just sitting there drinking beer, talking with some friends, and George runs over. He's like, "Papa, you gotta come with me. Papa, you gotta come. Papa. George, slow down. What's up?
Graham Rahal!
Graham Rahal, he's here. It's Graham Rahal. But like cut out or something? No, he's here. He parked over here. He's gonna play wiffle ball." So at this point, I thought I was drunk, so I got up, walked over, said, "Hey, Courtney, how you doing? Who's this guy you brought?"
No.
Who's this guy? I kid. No, I walked over there, and there he was. He was playing softball or playing wiffle ball with George and his buddies over there and talking, and I introduced myself and had a chance to chat with him. It was great. Good times.
And I always liked Dario Franchitti when I was little just because he drove the Target car.
Right?
And Dario Franchitti was my hero for the longest time. But yeah. I looked up to Dario Franchitti. He was pretty. I missed the days when
you got a chance to meet him too, a couple times.
It wasn't as cool as the Graham Rahal.
Nah, the Graham Rahal was fun, but that was
Dario Franchitti was like, "Oh, hey kid," and then I just gave him like something to sign,
and he signed it. Yep. But we got to meet him in the pits of the Indy 500 or in the garage area of the Indy 500. So we've had a lot of good times going there to the Indy 500. George has been to how many Indy 500s have you gone through, George? Probably about 10. Yeah, he's been going since he was a real little guy. So, all right, I want to know, and this has got to be a joke or something. Do you know why Russian trains are always late, George?
Because they're communists? I don't know why.
Because Stalin executing the railway worker.
Stalin, he was Stalin for time.
Stalin for time, dude. Yeah. So yeah, we got a chance to go on the speedway, kiss the bricks,
yeah.
and even better yet, we got the chance to climb the fence like Elio does every
We
time.
weren't supposed to, but we did it anyways.
We snuck on the racetrack at night one time, and after a party that we were at in the pagoda,
the last row party.
And
Grandpa George is getting us the hookup.
Right. So, didn't Dario give you that hat? No,
I thought it was Scott Dixon.
Was it?
Scott, I think Scott Dixon gave me the hat. The Target one.
Yeah.
One of the.
No, it was the guy, not the owner, not Chip Ganassi, but the guy who runs.
No, because I think I got 2 Chip hats.
Okay.
One was right after they won the Indy 500.
Right. And the president gave you that hat. Or no, that was just a guy in the. You were wearing.
I swear I got one from a driver, and then the other one I got one from the president dude.
Right.
I don't know. It might have been who is racing for Ganassi. It was just Dixo and Franchitti.
Franchitti, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Dixon. I had a really positive experience with Dixon one time too.
Yeah, he took you through the garage and everything.
Yeah. And I think that's when I got the Target hat. But I don't. I think he gave me the Target hat the second time.
Mike Hull is the guy who gave you the Target hat and took you through the garage. That he's the basically the chief of all Ganassi racing.
Yeah. But yeah. That is yeah.
So Nix, if you're ever thinking about going to the Indy 500, you need to hook up with us, Nick. But we go there and we've got that down to a science. We've had so many.
You never say no there.
We've had so many cool things happen, from meeting Graham Ray Hall in the area, and we go in the garage all the time. We've met all kinds of the drivers. George has had when he was young and cute, they'd love to go up to him and talk to him. Now we got to rely on his sister being the young and cute one in the family, and George is just another one of them crazy race fans. I don't know, George. Maybe we got like a big Indy tattoo or something on these guns.
Like I remember when they used to do the Firehawk.
Yeah. Yep.
You wear that to school, man. That's a bad mama jama. Beating kids up on the playground because of that tattoo.
These guns. Look at that pipe. Look at that pipes. You're making a meme out of that one, George. Hey, Treynick 465, thumbs up from South Jersey. Well, welcome to the stream. Grab some iced tea, kick back, relax, and talk some trains with us. We're having a blast here this evening talking trains. And if you haven't already, everybody, do me a solid and smash that like button. Smash that like button. So, George, how about for Christmas? Tell me about your thoughts on Christmas. Look at that. George is
$39.85.
Say again?
$39.85. That's my unrealistic gift.
Oh, the
Challenger.
Ooh, man. All right. How about your realistic gift? Let's talk about realistic. Yes.
I think that. I don't know. I think that it would be cool to get some scale box cars or just scale cars. Lionel scale cars.
Yeah.
Scale cars, yeah. The cool thing with Grandpa though and Christmas or just anybody, Christmas in general is like,
you never know what you're gonna get.
You never know what you're gonna get, but it's always really cool.
Right.
Yeah, like it never disappoints. So yeah.
GFW, the Russian rail fan. Oh yeah. So Train Finder says things are going really good for his new venture. I can't wait. We're gonna have to really connect up with him a little bit more, and his new venture. He's led me in on that, and I can't wait till he lets the cat out of the bag. He said he's gonna make an announcement here on the GFW trains. We're gonna have to put the day we do that announcement. We're really gonna have to pump up the stream. Maybe put out some videos to get that one going on. So yeah, apples and orange and railroads is $39.85 with a big smile. George is realistic. Gift is a gas card.
Luckily, the Honda Civic doesn't take. I only got to fill it up once a week. It's not that expensive to fill up. So.
Yeah, no, the car that we got as gets 30 miles a gallon, 40 miles highway, right, George? Not a hot rod.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Compared to the Mustang, if I'm
yeah.
dealing the Mustang, yeah, a gas car would be used. So I got to fill it up every 2 days. Driving a baseball and back in the Mustang is like taking up like half the tank.
So getting back to the train part, James wants you to give everyone another demonstration. Now, that's how you ZW. That's how you ZW. Come on, guys. That's how you ZW. That's how you ZW. Oh my gosh. That's how you ZW. One of our favorite live streams with Bilko on here. Bilko's daughter, Katrina, going to be on the live stream soon. That's going to be fun to have her here, bringing on her Heinz set. Katrina has known George his whole life. Been training with George since he was 0.
0.
She was there at George's first train ride, training on the same car as George.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yep. Katrina was there with George. Took his first train ride when he was 3 weeks old. It was a trolley train ride at the South Elgin Trolley Museum.
Yes.
I don't remember the name. It was the Elgin and Aurora 14, I think it was. South Elgin Trolley Museum or Trolley Museum always has a special place in my heart. That's a good spot to go if you're from the Illinois area. You got to go over there. So, yep, James Trains. That's how you ZW. That's how you ZW. So, I don't know, George, but my Christmas train with 611. That's my unrealistic one that I'd like to
think, yeah, that's another one of mine, too. 39.85 and 611 would complete our excursion.
Unrealistic one would be 611. Realistic one. Just probably an engine of any kind. Engine in any kind. I like a switcher, a TMCC or a switcher that we can use on the new level over here that we've got. Like a smaller diesel engine. I don't think I have too many smaller diesel TMCC engines.
See, yeah, that's honestly one of these days. I want to get like a fleet of like a couple of Jeeps and then model like the 50s like diesel era.
Yeah, that would be a cool one. But like a NW2 or like a switcher like that I think that would be cool to have. We've got, I think the smallest TMCC diesel that we've got is George Warderick's Northern Pacific Jeep. Right.
George Warderick.
Yeah.
I got a movie that I want to watch sometime. It's totally off topic. The Moneyball.
Oh, Moneyball. Yeah, that's a good one.
I've never seen that.
Really?
I saw a couple of clips the other day, and I was like,
oh, no wonder it keeps coming up on your feed. Huh?
Yeah, I've been watching the movie clips.
That's good. So Aaron Klebat again's asking about the Big House Challenge,
yes, George. I love it.
Yeah, we live right by Roadhouse. So, yep.
It's got to be part of the bulk process.
Getting big. Ooh. So, let's see. It's like, I guess this when I was a kid, they weren't called pipes, they were called pipe cleaners.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Flex.
Right. This was interesting. It says that, that in World War II, the German trains run late. That's because the people who ran the railway were Jewish. Well, that's an interesting fact. See, it's like kind of shy, but we'll rock on this. So, well, yeah, no, that's going to be good. His train finder, Craig, is going to have some neat stuff coming around the corner. This is George's favorite thing to play with. Rub it on his face. Drive it on the trains. George, like, if you've been watching these live streams from day one, you'll see George like sitting right here at the the chair, and he'll like touch trains as they come by. So hey, all right, I'm one more time. What do you guys think about our 3,000 subscriber special with the GFW trains bloopers? For the 135 live streams, we've had a lot of funny things happen up and down. And we were thinking that in those live streams that we can pull out, we could ask the subscribers to help us identify some of the funny things that they've seen on the videos and give us an idea where we can find those bloopers, and then we can make a GFW trains blooper video with all of those bloopers on there. What do you guys think of that one? Think that'd be good?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why he wasn't a real good person. Hitler hates trains.
I thought he had his own train, like a 14-car express train. I watched a video on it one time.
Oh my gosh.
You also, yeah, man, he's a pretty weird guy. Not gonna lie. Didn't really see. He seemed pretty. Yeah.
He kind of ruined the whole Charlie Chaplin mustache style.
Yeah. He did.
That's too many people wearing that Charlie Chaplin mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sam the Eagle, Aaron. Where we talk about everything, but mostly trains. Where we talk about America. Where we talk about the whole world,
but mostly America.
That's what Sam the Eagle says. Today we've got a 20-minute show where we talk about the whole world, but mostly America. That's where we got our lines from. We'll talk about the whole world. A celebration of the whole. Woo! What was that upstairs? Oh, that's thunder.
Zanita.
Oh, yeah. Lots of thunder going on outside our house. Something's banging around up there. I hope that's thunder.
Nah, I think it's just Anita taking a massive duke.
Oh, if she could only hear you. If she heard you, I think you'd get a punch to the face.
George, is it possible to see some Ox 3 on the 4141? We don't got the 4141 with the Ox 3 option.
Oh, man, I would. Hey, James, are you still interested in buying the dummy of the 4141? I know you were talking about that before. Yeah. So, what? I didn't know that. The evil H-Man did blow up the French peace signing rail car from World War I. I didn't know that.
Who is that?
Hitler.
Oh.
Mr. Mustache.
Evil H. I never heard of that.
Oh, my gosh. So did anyone else get a Menards Santa Fe F7 yesterday? They went on sale yesterday.
First time.
We were just talking about that like earlier this week too. How we wanted to buy one.
That's okay.
So Jack, fill us in. So Menards was selling those again. Are they online? Are they in the store? What's going on with that? I didn't get one, obviously. Florida Rail Dog did. So yeah, getting some good feedback about that blooper video, but we would have to rely on some of the people out there to help us out finding that with that. Okay, so Menards did a second run of 200. We missed out on that one. Sold out in 90 minutes. Wow. How'd you guys find out about that? That's one we missed out on. I'd have probably bought one of those, giving it to George for Christmas. Yeah, I guess online only like last time. Got it. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier this week, weren't we? We went to Menards and on Sunday. Was it Sunday we went to Menards and we just looked at the trains and we were talking about how we would have liked to got one of those.
Talking
missed
about
out there.
Everything, yeah.
I guess I should stay in tune to more train stuff more. Why aren't you more in tune to that stuff, George? Come on. Oh, they got an email notification. Wow.
Darn. We're not cool enough to be on the Menards email list. Get that 11% rebate, baby.
Oh, I'm not on I guess I should have been. Might have to sign up for their list. We've got we're displaying Menards cars right now.
Yeah, give us an F7. Menards, we're doing some great promotion for you guys right now.
There, Menards.
I think we should get one of the 200.
Grab one of those while they're still here.
They're durable.
Midwest Division, Train Collectors Association, Maxi Stack cars straight from Menards. Buy one now before they're all sold out.
That's right. You think we could sell 290 minutes of these bad boys?
I think so. Apple and Orange Line wants to know if you ever seen Von Ryan's Express. We were talking about that last week. I haven't seen Von Ryan's Express.
Wow. Oh. No, I have not.
George is going crazy back here, throwing things around. Yeah. So, Friends Friday, man. So George has been wound up all week. He's been having to work hard in school these last couple of days.
School sucks.
He's not a happy camper with school just because all the hard work that he's putting
in. Man, yeah.
So I'm glad it's
the only reason why I'm still in school so I can buy some trains when I'm older.
So George's like, I gotta stay in school to buy trains.
That's my only motivation right now is trains.
He's gonna get some trains.
I need some trains. James, are you in 8th grade or a freshman?
But he agrees whether he's in 8th grade or he's a freshman. School does suck.
School sucks.
Yes. Man. So Jack Hudson says Menards doesn't have the well cars for the intermodal containers. What are the well cars? Aren't those well cars? Right here. Check it out. There they are. Those are from Menards. Right there, the well cars. Midwest Division Train Collectors Association. They sell the containers. We've got the well cars straight from Menards. You can even get the Midwest Division containers. Check this out. Bring those containers over here, George. The well car and the containers. So there it is. Pretty neat. We're selling them as a fundraiser for the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. So if for those that you haven't seen it here, we have the two containers. They're really beautiful containers. We've got the TTX well car and then the Skyline of Chicago, Midwest Division, celebrating 60 years. And then the top is the Midwest Division logo with Midwest Division, established in 1959. And for those of you who don't know, this logo right here was designed by none other than Grandma Anita Werderick, my mom, and the same person that's painted all of the background here for the Yes Railroad. Yeah. So if you want to buy cars in containers, look us up. Look us up. We can point you in the direction of the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. You can buy those. So, yeah, I agree. Username 661 that the Menards well cars look a lot better than the Lionel semi-scale one. George, grab one of those semi-scale. I bought these the other day because I thought that they were the same size. I didn't even really look twice at it. I just assumed that they were the same size. These are the Lionel semi-scale ones here, size-wise, compared to the.
They're huge. Oh, these are trailers.
So, Jack, if you go down below in one of the links that we've got the Midwest Division, we've got the Train Collectors Association National, and we've got the Midwest Divisions link down below. But the Midwest Division is selling those as a fundraiser. You can get those. I don't remember the price. I want to say that they're $65. But they're really beautiful and they're helpful for our club. So, yeah. So T4's on his way out. Thanks for coming by and hanging out, talking trains with us, T4. Have a great day. Can't wait to see some of your more of your videos. Great work on your channel there, buddy. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's one of those up and coming awesome channels. So it's got says that the bottom container looks like Humanity Junctions. Oh yeah, that's true. His Skyline.
Logo. Yeah.
Although his is
Should
New
I go
York.
get my Humanity car?
Yeah. His is New York, where ours is Chicago.
The Windy City.
So no, it's really cool. Humanity. Heath from Humanity Junction sent George one of. Sent George a car a while back. That's a really really cool one.
Micro trains.
Go get it. Hopefully George won't go to the bathroom or anything like that on his way up to his room.
Don't worry,
He's
guys.
still
I
got
won't
his
go to the
mic
bathroom.
out. So username 661 says the Menards one have silver painted walkways, and the Lionel ones do not. So what do you think of those silver painted walkways? Username 661. Rob 412, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. That's appreciate you coming in. Smash that like button if you would. So German railway in World War I were very important to their war plans. Yep. And Stalin had an advantage over Hitler. The Soviet Union used more trains than the German. Hermann Göring loved trains. He had a Markland layout in his home. All right. Let's see here. So Apple and Orange Line says, what are you getting George for Christmas? Well, I would tell you, but George came down just a little bit too early, stuck his nose around the corner. As soon as he heard that, he tried to sneak back. You should see him. He's around the corner right here, smiling at you with this poopy grin right now. Like, ooh, maybe I didn't get him on. What? George? Hey, George.
Hey.
Says, are the Menards containers compatible with Lionel MyJack train? I don't know. That's a good question. I bet they're not. I bet they're a little bit too big. You think you were shaking your head, George?
I don't think so.
That's a cool little car. It's
micro
how
trains.
to shrink. Micro trains.
Okay.
It's micro size, micro trains.
Micro trains.
Lionel charges $80 for them, which I feel is overpriced. Yeah, that is overpriced.
Everything at Lionel is overpriced nowadays.
Stop it. You want to get that Lionel sponsorship?
Yes, we love Lionel. Great prices.
Oh my spots. George is looking for zero. George is going to remain sponsored by his old man. The guy who takes him places.
No, you don't take me places.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Randall said the boxcar that you said, it's also saying, grab that boxcar that Randall sent us. Love it when people send us stuff out here. Randall sent us this one, signed by Randall and everybody over there at Randall's channel. Boom, boom, boom. On the top. Yeah. Thanks for that one too, man. Go Fast Friday. Love it, love it, love it.
Man, how did you get this silver Sharpie to last this long?
I know. Every time we use a silver Sharpie, it lasts for like 3 letters. Oh, spoiler from Mom. Guess what George is getting? He's getting a train.
Oh! All right, I'm going to go put this car back.
And
why don't you tell everybody on the stream what I'm getting for Christmas?
A lump of coal. As long as it's some of that anthracite, you'll be happy.
Anthracite.
Anthracite coal.
Anthracite, baby. All right, you can tell everybody what I'm getting for
Christmas. Did you lose the puppy thing on that one? Oh, God. All right.
No, it's underneath.
All right, good.
You can tell everybody what I'm getting for Christmas now.
Yeah.
It's going upstairs. I'm going to put this back. All right.
So, the big boys were war babies. That's right. Isaiah Hawkins says sooner or later, a new sponsor will be represented on the GFW channel. And when it does, I'll be there. You got it, Isaiah. Right now, it's sponsored by GFW Trains Old Man. Who's sponsored by the guy who takes GFW Trains places his old man, OG George. There's a little bit of trickle-down sponsorship we got going on here. LGL's wondering if all of our family's from Chicago. Well, all of the family that you've seen on here is from Chicago, and for the most part, everyone's here, except for my sister, Annette, and Greg Barton that you sometimes see on here. He's my brother-in-law. They both live out in Utah. They live outside of Zion National Park there. So, all right, James, saw that you're interested in the 4141. I'll keep that in the back of my head. I was thinking about turning that one over one of these days soon. I was going to get an operational one. But yeah, I'll put that. I remember that. I know you said that a long time ago, and I didn't know if you were still serious about that or not. So, yeah, coal for everybody. That's for sure. Coal for everybody. All right, so we're talking about World War II. We're talking about trains here. World War II fun fact: the Germans and the Soviets used a different gauge for their railroads. So when they conquered territory, they had to change the gauge in order to use the tracks in an enemy territory. So speaking of changing gauges, I saw there was a YouTube channel called History That Deserves to Be Remembered. It's a great YouTube channel. I love it. And it's got like little segments about history. And he talks about how all of the railroads in the southern part of the United States had different they had different scales or gauges in their railroad. And one day they changed all of the gauges in all of the South. And I forget when the day was. It was a lot later than you'd think. I wanted to say it was the 1880s. They changed it all. Yeah, right. Because in the South, there was a problem with this, all of the different gauges. But they changed it all in one day. You have to go check out that YouTube channel, The History That Deserves to Be Remembered. He talks about the day, and I want to say it was like in the 1880s. It's a lot later than you thought, than you think. But all of they switched, so every single gauge in the South was the same as all of the gauges in the North, and all of the gauges in the United States were the same. So, so hey, about the silver marker, we have to ask Cheyenne. She's used, it was her markers that they used on the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grandpa and Apple and Oranges are talking airplanes now. I've got the cipher out all this stuff. I love that they're talking there. That. So GFW trains, I might also get, as you call it, the Royal Alco. Nice! Canadian Pacific 4609. It's been the 2860 for nearly 20 years. So it match. Yes, you got to get that. And our story about that, everyone. So we went up to British Columbia, went to Vancouver, and we went to go ride the Royal Hudson. And it was really neat. For a long time, the Royal Hudson was a favorite stop of my family's, and we'd go up there and we'd ride the Royal Hudson. The Royal Hudson was so beautiful. It's my favorite engine. It's right up there in the top of my favorite engines. Anyway, we went up there one year, and something happened. We went out probably about halfway on the trip, and the engine stopped. The engine just stalled out. Don't know what happened to it. To this day, I don't know what happened to the engine, but the steam engine wouldn't run anymore. So they quick ran out the Alco, the 4609, and that is what continued for the rest of our excursion trip. That we were pulled by the Alco. So from that day forward, we always called that Alco the Royal Alco. So yep. So yeah, no, that's one of the things that they talk about in this, that 4 feet 8.5 inches wide, and it came from the width of Roman chariots and the roads that was made on. So yeah, Rob 412, thanks for the kind words. Love this channel. That was a great episode. I believe they did it in a day, if I remember correctly. Right. History that deserves to be remembered. That's so with that kind of words. Yep. So I like that channel a lot. Geez, LJL's just throwing out those World War II facts. Japanese forced prisoners to build a railway 400 kilometers from Thailand to Myanmar. Wow.
In the Stranger Things series premiere thing that they have Hopper, or that's his name, building the railroad in Russia.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, he's building
he's doing something, forced labor, huh?
Yeah. He's got his head shaved and everything. Oh, yes.
So James Train's talking about why the 2860 must have had problems. Is the 2860 was prone to wheel slip on the BC Rail excursion because they had 30 fully loaded cars. So if it got too much,
Oh, the Saluda.
What's the salute a moment,
Salute
George?
a grade.
Ah, I see. Have you seen the Royal Hudson 2860 cab ride video from the 1990s?
Not.
Man, that would be a cool one to see. That would be a cool one to see. George is getting all tired. He's doing a little yawn there. Take a drink, everybody, if you're doing the George drinking game. Every time George says cab forward, take a drink. One time I got drunk when we were playing the George drinking game, cab forward.
Oh boy.
Every time George said cab forward, I had to take a drink. Got drunk. That's gonna be a fun one. Sure, somebody looked that one up on one of the old GFW trains live stream blooper compilation.
Next stream, I'm thinking we should run only articulated engines.
Yeah.
What articulated engines should we run?
Good question, George. Good question. Oh yeah, Toyman Television is another really good channel.
Yeah, he does a lot of cool stuff on the Nevada Southern that I like.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, and the Nevada Northern. I wanted the two. I always get them mixed up.
Which
one's
one is it?
Southern and the other one's the Northern. I don't know. I think it's the Northern though. The Southern's the one that Grandpa drove, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Nevada Northern.
Got it, Neely.
Ely. Yes, Ely.
Right. So that train is jumping off the track over there at that switch, huh?
Yeah.
Even the with the switch motor, it's not coming off.
It's that problem that Bill was talking about. It goes like.
Oh, it's uneven.
Yeah. Like if you just look at it, you can see it.
Yeah, we'll figgies. Run the C&O mallet. That's a good one. 6 pine chips. And the 4024 has got an issue right now. We need a screw. It's screwed.
Anybody knows where I could get a big boy screw or a screw for a big boy?
Lionel.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We need to get a belt for
it'd be like $10 and 6 cents.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get that screw, and then Angel was talking about the whole driving, all the drivers for the.
You see, I don't, unless you really want to get this, it's not something that bothers me. I guess it looks kind of goofy, but it doesn't affect the performance of the engine. You know what I mean? It's just a cosmetic thing.
I didn't know this, George. Did you know that GG1 pulled the 1939 Royal train in the USA? The Royal GG1, dude.
Cool.
I did not know that. So, what might have been you, James?
Screw? I don't know.
Oh,
Right.
Don't worry about it. If it was you,
Buy some big boy. I'm just
the
kidding.
good news is you probably didn't rear end anybody in the process.
Hey, at least you didn't get hit in the head by the lift bridge.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another good one. The Bridge Over the River Kwai is a great movie where they're building a train bridge with forced labor. And after it's all done at the end of the movie, George,
They blow it up.
Yeah. I got it. Yep. So hopefully we just got to get that screw. If we take the other side out, it probably will be something that if we can just go to the right place, we can match up pretty good and buy what we need. We were over at the local Ace Hardware the other day, George. Speaking of a potential future sponsor.
Ace is the place to the helpful hardware co.
Oh, you do that really good, George.
Just not looking for like any sponsorships or anything, you know. I can say that real good. I could be in your commercials. You know, actually, the mayor of Yorkville owns an Ace. You know, hey, Mayor Purcell. Hey, you want to sponsor a GFW Trade live stream?
Oh my gosh! We got some screws the other day. Did you check those out? Did they work?
Oh, no.
Oh, we haven't checked those out.
No.
Too busy with school.
Yes.
School's been a little rough. Yep. So listen, everybody, we've been on for about 2 hours and 18 minutes. We'll run around until about 2.5 hours. Thanks for hanging out with us today. George is getting a little antsy here. You can tell George when he gets antsy, he starts moving stuff around. George, why don't you do a little switching on the layout?
Switching.
Yeah, man. Run these trains around. Just get some action here for us. let's check it. So I was watching Nick's Nick's channel the other day.
PGH.
What's that? No, Nick's Crossing.
Oh,
I love Nick's Crossing. Nick has a live stream that he usually does on Mondays. He's got some fun content. One of the things I like about his, George and I usually get on here and we talk a little bit about the trains and we discuss back and forth. And we got our deal that we do with this. But Nick's got a really cool, fun angle that he plays with his or on his channel where he talks about trains and he's walking around and he runs different things and shows people various different things on his layout. It's a nice format. Enjoy it. Yeah. So Apple and Orange Line says, my grandparents took the CNN across Canada in the 1920s when they came over from Scotland. Wow. My mom and grandma took the CN across Canada to Vancouver in 1951. I need to figure out the trains and locomotives. That would be a really cool thing to find out on there. That would definitely be a fun thing to find out. So what you doing, George? Tell me what you're doing on the railroad here.
I'm trying to bring the SD70 back down and bring it back up on the reverse loop.
Have a good evening, Radar Diddy. Thanks for hanging out with us. You're so close to making it to the end of the stream. Only 10 more minutes. But hey, we'll let you have a little reprieve here. So James Trains says the Royal Train, the CPR H1D 464 2850, pulled the Royal Train in 1939. Repaint blue, gold, and white, kind of like the Blue Comet. And the King and Queen loved it so much they dubbed it the Royal Hudson. Yeah. Right. The Royal Hudson. And then when it broke down, the Alco came and it got pulled by the Royal Alco. So yeah, I agree. I agree with Nick. Nick's got a good channel. I enjoy his content. So one of the things that he always does is he runs the different trains around the tracks, and we've got kind of a cool setup here with our tracks. Just in terms of the way that it operates. It's for those of you that have been around, you've heard me say this a bunch of times, and if you haven't been around here. What we've got is we've got a double dog bone layout, and the two parts of the dog bone, you've got a lower part and then you've got an upper part. What you can't see here is George just went on the double crossover. Now is on the same track as the daylight over here. He's got to make it around. There's a switch over here. I'm going to start kind of doing a little commentating here, and so George is running. Now this one's going up the hill. He's got to make it through. Ooh, just barely made it there before the daylight came around. So now that one's coming up the upper level on the dog bone. But I think George is going to run it around and across the. Yep, it's going to run across the trestle bridge here. So the upper part of the dog bone that we've got is this part right here that comes around. And then the lower part of the dog bone that we've got is coming around here like this. Ooh, look at that. The units are coming out. Really firing up that Pennsylvania. That's good stuff. Wow, all right. Nick's going to do a 24-hour stream for 1,000 subscribers. Congrats on that. We'll be there with you and help celebrate that for some of the time. That sounds like a good plan. We did that and had a blast. Yeah, your channel has truly been blowing up, Nick. So, DB Tech says, any updates on the other side of the layout? Let me see, DB Tech. So the other side of the layout, I'm going to do this, as a matter of fact. Hold on a second here. I'm going to fire this up. Excuse the pause here, everybody. I am going to do a little bit of George, say something. Talk a little bit about I don't care. Talk about your love life, George.
My love life?
Uh-huh. George's like, shut up, Dad.
I don't know.
Shut up, Dad.
I like trains. Does that say enough about my love life?
Yes, that was the wrong thing, wrong subject. Or just like, all right, I like trains.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of going. Yeah.
I'm not talking about. Let's talk about what you're running. Talk about this unit you got here running, George.
Oh, I bought these bad boys at York. That was my big York purchase. Bought them so I could run them with the Fleet of Modernism set, and they look real nice together. So yeah, pretty solid.
There we go. Hold on, I'm still doing this. I'm trying to get this mobile cam going. I should have done this before. The GFW mobile cam here. All right, here we go. I'm almost there, guys. Almost there. All right. Now that we got the mobile cam here going, guys, I'll try and move this around. Look at this. Do a little inception here. There's the worldwide studio right there where the magic happens. Trains. You got the big television there. All right, so this is the other part of the layout here, back over on this side. And this is kind of fun here. So we've got as you guys see over here, this is the upper section. And over here, eventually, this will be Washington, D.C. on the S Railroad. We go from New Jersey to New York City, and then we're going to come back across. And you got to use a little creative license here. Coming back across the United States, and we're going to have this painted in. This is down here, the station. Again, this is all coming together a lot slower than it's fine. It's fun to work on this. And back around here is where Chicago is going to be. So we've got
the iPhone cam muted.
Ooh, I don't know. I think I've got bad.
Yeah, James just said that.
All right, let's see that. Let's see. Got some echo? I think so. Shoot. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Test. I don't remember. How are we doing everything now? George, can you tell me? So anyway, this is what I wanted to show off, and then I'll shut this off. Hopefully, so you've got the top level, and that's the train I was saying earlier that we were going to run that isn't running real well right now. That broke. But anyway, we got this upper level here. It's coming back around, and got it back around here, and then we've got our homemade rotary tipple here. So this is the part that I've been working on, getting that put together. So sorry about the audio issues there. Yeah, I get it. I can't remember where I could find the mute button on that phone, so hopefully we're all right there. Yeah, another 24-hour streams. That'll be a good one for Nick. Can't wait. There's lots of stuff. They'll have fun with that, I'm sure. Bear Creek Woodworking. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Kick back, relax. We're just about ready to wind things down a little bit, but I'm so glad you could join us. If you're just here or haven't done it already, please do me a solid and what is that?
That switch machine.
It's not working. Give me a solid, smash that like button. It's that same switch. Is it not switching? I've never heard it make that noise.
It's the motor spinning.
We got that right from the factory. All right. Anyhow, everybody, hey, we had a great fun tonight, but George and I are going to kind of head off into the sunset at this point. So, hey, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being a part of our community. Please support each other. Have a good time with trains. Watch each other's channels. Subscribe to each other's channel. Enjoy this, and let's keep this rolling along in a good way, right, George? I don't know. I must be getting tired. Actually, I'm so frustrated by that stupid switch. I've had more problems with that switch. So anyhow, everybody, glad to have you around. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us here on Fast Friday, and hope that everybody has a great weekend. Hope that everybody finds the trains of their dreams, and we'll see you next Friday here on Fast Friday.
Articulated, baby.
See you around the roundhouse.
Don't let you on the way out. Bash.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for spending your weekend with us, or at least as part of the weekend. Have a great weekend. Good times. GFW Trains out.